Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Your rent man just resubbed for 6 months. Happy hump day.
Let's go, hump day, baby!
Hey, you like waffles too? No way, me too! All right!
Hump_JP. Waffles.
Watch and win. There's more than waffles for you. Big deals, bright screens, it's all so fun.
Your weekly waffle has begun! Exclamation mark, waffle!
Whoa! Hey, that's you! Hey, you like waffles too? No way, me too! All right!
It's so sleek, it'll
Razoom.
fill the scene. The dream machine built to gleam.
Spin the wheel, feel the thrill. With every click, you've got the skill. A lucky break, a gaming spree. This is the moment the victory's free.
You could be the one. Oh, yes, it's true. Watch and win. There's more than waffles for you. Big deals, bright screens. It's all so fun. Intel Gamer Days, come and be the one. You could be the one. Oh, yes, it's true. Watch and win. There's more than waffles for you. Big deals, bright screens. It's all so fun. Intel Gamer Days. Come and be the one.
Oh, yeah! What up, everybody? Welcome back to another wonderful Waffle Wednesday. Stay tuned, baby. How's everybody doing today? Happy hump day, everybody. Happy hump day. Shout outs to my man, Brett Man, coming in with the tier 1 for 6 months. Happy hump day. Thank you so much, my friend. Compa coming in as well with the 12 monthers. Waffles. Grasume with the 37. Ah! What's good, everybody? How's everybody doing? Yep, it's Wednesday lizard time. It's time to get your lizard on. Exclamation mark waffle.
Whoa. Hey, that's you! Hey, you like waffles
We could change
too?
it to
No way, me
lizard.
too. All right!
Alpha 337.
Been around.
Yeah, you have. 20 months, baby. Thank you so much. Appreciate the prime. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, guys. My hat's off. Let's go. How are you? Oh, it's Wednesday, guys. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Oh, it's that midweek vibe, baby.
You're drinking the wrong water.
H2O. H2O. I'm thirsty today. Glad I got a nice fresh squeezed bottle of coolant in the fridge for drinking today. Oh, it's so good. Dude, we gotta bend some tube here soon, guys. What? It's Wednesday? What's good, Flam? How you? What's up, Faith? How are you? Pass the waffle on the left-hand side. I guess that's the right. I don't know. Depends on which way your screen's rotated. How is everybody doing? It is a glorious hump day. Oh, it feels good. Feels real good. Oh, yeah. Get those waffle stretches in, girls,
Guess
boys,
what
let's
day
go.
it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Your cap. Your caps lock. Cap lock aggro. Waffle it up, everybody. Waffle it up. Oh, yeah. Oh.
I want bananas on my waffles.
Yeah. That's what I'm liking. Oh, play a little longer this time. Well, at least it played it right. Pigment for Life says, decided to send back the card, and my son is now saving for a PC that is custom instead of pre-made. My headache and fingers are less sore. LOL. Yep. I feel you on that. You know, those cards are pretty big nowadays. They can definitely be a little stressful putting in the case, especially for the first time. A lot of money. Some of these things are like the cost of a small car. Thirsty. Extra thirsty. Oh, yeah. Me too. Me too. Me too. All right. All right. Well, we got a fun one in store for you guys today. Boy, did I have a blast with Intel Gamer Days. That was a lot of fun, you guys. Big congratulations again to all of the winners. I got a lot of work to do. I've gotten some stuff out, but I'm still working on some other things. I still got all the swag packs left to do, plus like some other stuff that I got to send out as well. So I'm really going to try to get them done by Friday. I got some other appointments and, work stuff to do too. So I'll try to fit it in. Yeah, this song's dope.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Yeah, I think I had a lot of fun. I think it's really awesome to be a part. You know what Intel's been doing for years. We've been doing it. What this is like, that was our fourth one now, I think, because we've been streaming for like 4 years. So that's pretty cool. Let's do it again. Let's do it again next year, baby. In August, that's gonna be our August. That's like our August thing now. It's pretty cool. Hey, shout outs to you guys too. If you're looking to get some extra waffles, don't forget it's September here on Twitch. So gift subs do have some discounts, so definitely take advantage of that. But also don't forget, get your Prime in. Get those free Primes that you may have, because that will give you an extra waffle here on Twitch. And of course, don't forget you can dive on over to our YouTube. That is also live, and you can enter again. Up to 3 stacks of waffles, everybody. Good luck to you. Oh, you're a premium gamer, aren't you? It's funny when you say premium gamer. And I think a lot of that is because I think I've had more fun on like $20 games in the last 8 to 10 months, maybe the last year. I've had more fun on games that were not $70 than games that are $70. And I've honestly just kind of said, I was really tempted on Borderlands, but with the latest news and everything, I'm gonna wait for a steep discount. I don't know, we'll see. Big fan, played all 3 of them. Big fan of Borderlands. I don't know about the 4th one though. I gotta save my money for Battlefield. Gotta save my money for some Battlefield. Dude, it's like less than a month away, guys. It's like less than a month. I need to prepare myself. He'll probably be free on Epic next year. You know, I don't know if it goes that. I don't know if they'd go that far with it. You know what I mean? But I mean, dude, look at the reviews. Look at what people are saying out there in the media. I mean, it's always important. I think this is where the whole thing of like, don't pre-order comes in for a lot of things and everything. But like, I think at the same time, it really has to do with, you know, how the company reflects on what's going on, right? I mean, I could look at like Helldivers and what they got going on in comparison as far as where they're listening and trying to fix things. They've made some improvements. They've definitely broken some things in the game, but I think it's how you handle it is what I think a lot of people take a really close look at, including myself. So we'll see what's going on. And yeah, dude, Black Friday and everything like that. I mean, that's a little bit farther down the road. I mean, is it really even Black Friday anymore? Is it just like it's the entire month? It's just the entire month. But yeah, we'll see what's going on, see what they end up doing, you know? You never know. They might do something different. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. All right, let's jump over. Oh, yeah. We got the View 290 today here on the table. This is a pretty fun case. This is a mid-tower case. I mean, I love all the cool little features of this case. You know, we kind of got it started and then Intel Gamer Days happened. So I was just kind of like, what am I going to do? So we're bringing it back. We got the View 290 back on the desk. And we got some fun stuff to talk about. We got a build, of course, to do and get that going. We're picking up where we left off, but I kind of changed some parts around and I got some interesting ideas. And I think a lot of it is I keep hearing more and more about, like, you know, how your fan orientation is, you know, positive pressure versus negative pressure. You know, and even stuff like where we can do some fog machine testing with it to kind of showcase a little bit more for you guys at home on like what we're finding out. That's making some really interesting things. And a lot of this relates to, of course, the overall system's airflow, but consider the graphics card both in a standard versus vertical type of format and the opportunities with today's cooling products to do some fun little reverse forward kind of fan configs and kind of mix it up. So we're going to be taking a look at that here with the View 290, and I think it's going to be a fun case. I'm really excited to get going on the build. And like I was saying before, we're going to utilize this case. We're going all TTRGB plus with this. We're going to be having controller fans as well as screens, you know, and all that stuff in order to get everything all set up. You know what I mean? So we'll see how that's all going to go down. You know what I mean? Give me 1 second here. I got to check a message. 1 second. One second, guys. Okay. All right. Work stuff. While we're streaming. This song makes me think of Waffles drifting. Why is this song such a banger? Dude, we got to do more. And you know, it's like they're improving, right? Like the next song that I make just gets better.
Mike.
It's just for fun. It's just for fun. I love how much customization and tailoring, you know, you can do and everything. But yeah, speaking of customization and tailoring, we got the View 290. We got a lot of fun stuff here. We're going to be playing around with, you know, a lot of the different features that the case has to offer. I think it'll be a lot of fun. And of course, Waffles Get in on our waffle giveaway. We'll be picking some winners later on today on the stream, and we'll have to see what kind of waffle prizes they win. You know, should be good. Should be good. Hey, what's up? How are you? How's everybody? Happy Waffle Wednesday. Yeah, that's right. Oh, so before I get all into it, so I wanted to share with you guys. So I've been playing around with AI videos. I mean, like super rough, like just barely getting into it, right? Like just barely getting into you know, like video stuff and everything. But like here, I wanted to give you guys a couple of like test video things that I've been doing. Here's one of them. So here's like one of them that I got going on. This one's pretty cool. Trying to recreate the waffle forest or syrup forest. I think the gushing syrup coming out of the trees a little weird, but I really like the camel dude. I think it's great. I love how you can just put whatever you want on a t-shirt. It's really funny. As long as you start, I gotta learn the prompts more. I also, I got this one too. This is another one, but like, it was like, I was like, oh, this is cool. And then he does this weird, like, you know what I mean? Like, this weird AI stuff. It's really funny. It's really funny. But I'm really digging this. It's kind of interesting. I got to get him to, I got to put some Converse on his shoes. I'm going to see if I can make the shoes different. Get him in some Converse and some Dickies. Get it some Dickies shorts. But man, this is so neat. And, you know, being able to do more and more of this stuff and tailor it to Waffle Wednesday, Hump Day, and just all that stuff, dude, it's just going to make things so much more fun for the stream. And then, you know, getting into video editing and just kind of, you know, trying to mix something up. So stay tuned, guys. I got some more fun coming. I don't know if I'm necessarily going to use these ones, but I figured I'd share a little bit of progress and everything. I've been having fun with Sora. Waffler! Yeah! Golden crispy. That one's amazing. Waffle man. That's right. That's right. Swimming in syrup. You know, that was another one that I was trying to do, but like, I had a hard time.
Sad to see the local sauna business has closed. It just ran out of steam.
Oh, that's so sad. You got to put more water on the rocks. Yeah, I'm thirsty too. Got to put more water on the rocks. Oh man, I love it. I love it. Happy Hump Day to you too, my friend. Thank you so much. I'm so sad. The local sauna business is closed. That was a good one. I like that one. That one was really funny. That one was really good. Oh. But yeah, so, you know, Waffle, like, dude, these
I quit
AI
my
things
job
are
as
coming.
a butler in a mansion. I didn't like being spoken to in that manner.
Yeah, you know, you got to talk right to people nowadays. You know what I mean? Don't disrespect the butler. Makes me think of like the, you know, butler characters that are out there. You know what I mean? Different shows and movies and stuff. All right. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see what I can do more with that. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm already having fun now, but dude, it is a lot to learn. It's a lot of prompts and a lot of like understanding the lingo per se. But I think one of the nicest things that I like about it is like, you know, let's see, let me go to the little chat GPT. If I come over here to chat GPT, right, and you go over here to Sora, there's a lot of fun little things that get generated in here. You'll see some interesting stuff. But like, I think the cool thing, like if you want to learn a little bit more on like how stuff goes, right? Like if you click on like say the Fanta right here, sometimes most cases they'll put the prompt right there. And it's really helpful. It's how I've learned versus just trying to go and like watch a video and stuff like that and seeing what people are saying, and then of course seeing the result they get, and kind of learning from the little segments that they have, you know. And this again, dude, this is just like an image,
Tom
right?
3D2. Time to waffle it up.
Yeah, let's go, Tom 3D2. Let's go. Appreciate the 27. Dang, that's a long time. But like if you come on and then if you click on here on the videos. Now, by the way, videos do cost money, so you can't do this with the free version. You can do images with the free version of Sora, so knock yourself out, have some fun.
Lizard.
Yeah, exactly. Let me see if I can find the lizard. There we go. There's your lizard. There's your lizard right there. But like there's a lot of neat stuff, and like you can go over onto the video section too. And then like if you click on the lizard, for example, you can see that his prompt is right here as far as what he typed to create this, so that you can see what was said and then the result that then they got. And you know, there's some certain things in here like hyper realistic 3D render, or you know, different things that you know they'll say and they'll do that make. What's that?
Who's that? Yo, pick up the phone.
It's so cool though. And then there's a lot of stuff at the bottom they put too. Really neat. What's up? Let's go. Thank you. But I like learning a lot about this. I can't wait to learn more. It's going to be a lot of fun. Gonna be a lot of fun.
Lizard.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Lizard.
Okay. All right. Okay. I might have a quick little visitor. He's dropping off something I'm waiting for the build. All right. So let's talk about what's going on at Thermaltake. Do we have any new things going on? Where are we at, right? Well, you know, we've had a lot of new stuff. Of course, the View 600.
Hey, that's you.
This is a big one.
You like waffles too? No way, me too.
Eric coming in. Appreciate the 16. Let's go.
Eric 90.
Let's go. But dude, yeah, the View 600, it's a big, beautiful case, but it is big. So I'm kind of excited
here to win the waffle today.
Tone it down a little bit. You're here to win the waffle today? Good. Let's see it. Make it happen. No, good luck to everybody. Good luck to everybody. I don't want it. No favoritism. No favoritism. All right, now one of the new products that we have here from Thermaltake, we debuted this at Computex earlier in the summer. And of course, we're starting to roll out some of the new WS or Wood Series cases here from Thermaltake. We have a variety of cases that we're adding a wood treatment to that are already exist, as well as some new cases that are going to be coming out that are more Wood Series exclusive. Of course, we've talked and built in the View 270, and the View 270 WS is one of the first new Wood Series SKUs coming out from Thermaltake. It's actually in stock right now. You can buy it right now. But pretty interesting, coming in with a nice little wood treatment down here on the bottom for the case. And then we also switch it up a little bit and give you that nice beachy birch wood over on the Snow Edition. So at the moment, we got two different kinds of wood. And we got two different colors. I don't know if we'll do more, but this is the beginning of our Wood Series cases. We got a couple of SKUs actually in the works, so more to come in regards to that. But you know, more or less your same View 70 that you'd normally see. Now just with some other options, other colors, and now with wood. Don't get any splinters, you guys. Don't get any splinters. And yeah, like, dude, like the TR100's on the list. We got, you know, a lot of other cases that we showed at Computex that are going to have that same type of wood treatment to it. So maybe there's, you know, one way or the other. I mean, my personal favorite was the Matcha TR100 with the wood grain on the front. I thought the Matcha color was really popping with the wood. Gives you that nice earthy, tony, vibey thingy kind of thing, you know what I mean? But yeah, take a look. We got the new Wood Series coming out, launching first with the View 270 WS, and more on the way. More on the way. Now, of course, jumping back to our View 600 build that some lucky person won last week. I wonder who that was. I know. Yep. I got your email today, by the way, too. It's, we got to scrub it. We got to new OS it. I got to polish it, shine it. So it's going to be a little bit, but just have some patience with me. I will do my best to get it out. I know that, you are definitely looking forward to getting some gaming on this bad boy. And I would too. Dude, what a beast of a build this thing's going to be. I hope you have a lot of fun with it. I'll definitely be trying to get that out to you soon. I'll keep you posted, as well as all the other wafflers too. If you're waiting on your waffle, bear with me, okay? I'm a little behind. I know. I'm catching up with that. I'm going to be doing like nothing but waffles either tomorrow or Friday. So hang out. Keep checking your email, because usually what I do is I just throw your email on the UPS, so that way you get an email from UPS. Well, you'll get an email. Well, you don't get an email from me, but you'll get an email from UPS saying a waffle is on the way. I wish I could get it to say that. A waffle is on the way. If only UPS had some nice updates for World Ship, we'll be getting that going out. But our new 6-inch screen just hit the website. This is an accessory option for that beautiful View 600. Basically just a clip-in screen that interacts with our TT-RGB Plus 3.0. To give you some other fun little things. We have some new animations. You're going to have some options for putting in your own stuff, from MP4s, GIF files, and so on. And you can already do this with the AIO screen. So this is just adding more to it. I love how it's a lot bigger. The 3.9 was cool, but it just felt really small, really fast. Like I thought when we first got into screens, I'm like, cool, we got a different screen. It was initially on top of RAM. It was kind of like, we're going to put a screen on top of your RAM in case you don't have RGB RAM, so you can have a screen instead of RGB. And, fast forward to today, we've put that screen in so many other cases and so many other places. It's nice to see a nice little upgrade, a little bit bigger screen, higher FPS, and more support. It's exclusive to our TT-RGB Plus 3.0. So keep that in mind. And we're going to be talking about that and more once we get our View 290 build done.
Uh-oh. Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Mustang_fishing just resubbed for 15 months.
Let's go. Hey, thanks for the tier 1 for 15, my friend. Much love. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Good luck on those extra waffles. Two-bag swag packs don't have a stuffed waffle. If I could make a little waffle, Thermaltake waffle plushie, it would be like top of my list. It'd be like top of my list, dude. And it'd just be a staple in every swag pack going forward. I got a lot of ideas. We got to see what we're going to do. With streaming, other things, we got a lot of stuff coming up. But yeah, we definitely need to start talking about more of that stuff. Dude, CES is literally right around the corner, it feels.
When's the TT waffle iron coming out?
Dude, I looked into making like a custom TT waffle iron. They want so much money, it's insane. I wish that was a more cost-effective. I guess I understand why it costs so much to think about making a custom design on how you would make that, right? A boy can dream. A boy can dream, though. We just get a waffle iron and we'll just get like a little TT stamp or something. No, I don't know. We'll have to figure it out.
Oh no.
But yeah, man, the new 6-inch screen is now in stock. I don't know why this says 2.0. This needs to say 3.0. This even goes all the way back to 1.0. Wow, we need to update that. But either way, the new screen is now here, and it will be available in all the fun colors, including butter waffles. Including that buttery waffle color. Buttery waffle color. And then racing. Dude, racing is really picking up with us. We have got more. We're getting close to having a lot of things that can just interact, do a lot of different things, right? I really think that I want to get into this. I don't know if it's necessarily flight as much as racing. I think racing is going to be a lot more fun because there's just a lot of different options, right? I mean, we're talking, you can do iRacing, you can do Forza Horizon 5. I've done a lot of that stuff. You know, more serious, hardcore stuff. You know, those Gran Turismo kind of peeps, you know, that are out there. You ever put beer in a PC, bro? Well, guess what? We're going to be doing that next month. Maybe. We'll have to see. But back to that. I digress. We have some new racing simulator stuff coming out. I think one of the things that I've been looking forward to is something that's going to give you that race experience and not break your budget as much. I've seen a lot of options out there. There's so many different people, you know, doing a lot of these things. I've seen it on Twitter. I've seen it on TikTok shops, you know, and they have a lot of that stuff. Well, we're coming out with our own. One of the new ones that we have here is our GR300 racing cockpit. And
Here we go.
yep, you want to get into sim racing. But dude, man, I think we really got to talk about all the stuff that's going to be involved with this. I think we need to do a build. I think we need to have some racing streams or get some stuff going on. But I got a lot of content videos that I got to produce. You know, we got to do some stuff on this. Show people how stuff goes together. A lot of configuration stuff as well, because we're not only making the cockpit, we're also making stands. You know, we got monitors, but we're also doing a lot of wheel and pedal sets. We have like 5 different wheels still to come. This is one of the first sets that we're launching. So there's so much more planned. And with CES coming in January, we're probably going to have even more. We also partnered up with SimuCube. We're doing stuff. We're selling their stuff as well. We have the full motion stuff. I mean, it really gets pretty pricey when you look at these. But like the one thing that like this was one of the first things that we came out with was the GR500. And, you know, the GR500 was a little bit cheaper. You know, and granted the tariffs did hit a little hard on a lot of this kind of stuff. But when you're looking at like $800 for a cockpit like that, that really does kind of push the budget up a good bit. But now with the GR300 coming in almost half the cost at $430, I mean, this is a pretty cool seat. We have a couple of them built. You know, I've gotten to play around with this a little bit. I love how far back the seat reclines. I mean, you know, you want to experience driving a Honda Civic in the 90s, how a lot of people did. Shout out to my Honda Civic 90s drivers. A lot of us used to roll with our seat back. You can do a lot of fun stuff with this. And then there's also a cool monitor stand that's an optional accessory that you can get that actually bolts right to the front of the cockpit. Yeah, it's not a case, it's a cockpit. But kind of giving you, I like this front, like a lot closer, you know, and you can do like the big, like ultra wide type of screen. You can put just about, you can put a TV on there. You can do a variety of things. So I think something like this is a lot more feasible and definitely not breaking the bank as much. You know what I mean? But some really interesting stuff. And I got to say, we're just barely getting started. I mean, as a global company, stuff like this is really tough to get in. This is not just another product series for us, right? I mean, this is a new division. This is like a whole new thing. This isn't like just, oh, hey, now we do RAM. You know what I mean? We're just case power cooling. Oh, yeah, now RAM. You know, and this now. We got furniture. This is a whole different spectrum, right? Like, this is a division. We're going to have to do some stuff with this. Stuff like this is pretty cool. It's something I've never really gotten into, right? Like, it's just costs a lot of money. Gonna cost a lot of money, you know? But like, I'm interested in this now that, you know, you're not looking at stuff that's like $1,000 for one piece. You know what I mean? But trying to understand the whole idea of like, so where am I gonna put this? You know, would I have this next to my gaming desk? Is this gonna be in a completely separate room? Like, where would I put something like this? You know what I mean? Where would you put this? Right? If you wanted to go something like this far, right? I mean, it's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting, but We got a lot of racing stuff in the works.
Cost a lot of money? I have friends that drop $5,000 or more on their Star Citizen sim pits.
Dude, you know, when it comes to Star Citizen and everything, I mean, something like that's a lot of money, dude. I mean, I look at some of those ships that are like, you know, like 250, 350. I mean, there's some pretty cool ships that are in there. And you know, pretty big fan. I've been on and off Star Citizen for like years. Like, it's just, they do some new thing or something different changes or it adds, but I've definitely been following a lot of the progression. And there's definitely a lot of progression with this game, Star Citizen, but it's just, they've done such an interesting way of creating this game and just how there's no loading screens, man, but it really does put a pretty big tax. One of the only games I have played in ever where like it's pulling like 30 gigs of physical RAM. And a lot of that is the persistent universe stuff. And it's like, ooh, you're flexing a different muscle on my PC. I kind of like that. But wait, do I need more? I mean, it's kind of like those kind of things get me all like uppity buppity, man. I'm like, ooh, what else can I do with this? You know what I mean? In the garage, it's basically a car. Yeah, no, I could see that too. I mean, I know garages get hot in the summertime and everything, but I know people got some pretty sick garages, and yeah, I could see that. I could see that too. You know what I mean? A nice walk-in closet. Dude, how sick would it be to have like a little Harry Potter gaming racing sim under your stairs, or just that closet that you could just turn into a racing? Oh my gosh. Could you imagine? I mean, I've seen people go and like cut the front of a car off at a junkyard and put it in their house and build the sim. I mean, it's insane how far people have gone with this. But I'm really excited for this and the content. I mean, bro, there's so many interesting games, and I think I'm kind of a mixed bag when it comes to this. I like the hardcore racing a little bit, but at the same time, I'm interested in funny stuff like Euro Truck Simulator, or just like, you know, where the guy's sitting there and he's driving in the roads like this wide, and you're in like a gigantic bus and you're trying to make those turns, and like if you miss a turn, you're off the cliff and done. Like, we need to do that on stream. I think that would be a lot of fun. But then like you have other things too, like, I mean, and yeah, I'm gonna name drop it, Grand Theft Auto 6, right? So they've talked about having racetracks, drag strips, just driving around town. I mean, there's so much content there, and just think how immersive, how much the role-playing aspect comes into play when you're sitting, you know, in a steering wheel. And then you got all the other funny people that are like, hey, let's beat Dark Souls 3 with a steering wheel. You know, and you're just sitting there just beating the entire game of Dark Souls with a steering wheel and just paddles. You're like, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. We might have to try that. You know, you might have to figure out how I can play half sword. You know, a little swinging the sword action. Maybe we can spin the wheel. Just like we do for our waffles. You know what I mean? Monster truck, dude. Like, so many cool things, right? That's, I think, one of the big reasons why I'm liking a lot of this, and just how different it is for, like, you know, like our normal stuff, right? We do case power cooling. That's been 11 years, man. It's nice to see something different. And I'm excited to get out to some different events too. I think that will be a lot of fun. Some more like sim specific racing things and everything. At Thermaltake Live, next time you come back, message me. We will put you in some ships and do some wild things. Ooh. Ooh. All right, Uvoy. All right. All right. Have you know, are you going to take me to a desolate planet and want to do like a fight club or something like that? I don't know if you saw that one, dude, but I thought that one was really cool. Where people had prize money on the line and they're just sitting there doing fisticuffs in space. Stuff like that's pretty cool. I mean, and that's why I think like games like that where people create something within a game to do something else. But I will tell you, one of the most unique moments that I experienced, like, you know, getting into Star Citizen, was the fact that you can go and fly for like 20 minutes to a planet. You know, if your quantum sucks, it may be a little bit longer. Am I right? But you can fly to a desolate planet, get in your car, and you can literally just drive. I'm talking, you can drive for an hour and not make it all the way around the planet. Crank the Waffle radio and then just go driving. Grab one of those planets with low gravity. Dude, there's some fun stuff there and everything like that, man. It's some really, really interesting stuff, dude. But yeah, big fan of Star Citizen. I want the game to come out. I want them to be done. I want it to be playable. Like, there's so many things, man. So many things, dude. But it's good. It's good. I'm glad you brought it up, dude. I'm a big
Rally
fan.
is 11 hours and crosses a third of a planet.
We will fight club the entire server, get everybody's bounties, and wait for the bounty hunters to come.
Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me.
They added
Mike,
the
Mike,
alien.
Mike.
The
What
alien.
day is it, Mike?
Good stuff.
Uvoy just resubbed for 6 months.
Let's go. Thanks for the 6, man. Yeah, dude, big fun. Good stuff. Daymar Rally in 11 hours and crosses of... Yeah. Yep. Yep. Good stuff, dudes. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Oh, your waffle is already started. Yeah, we got about 50. Yeah, I got about an hour. Got about an hour on the waffle. Happy hump day, everybody. Let's get to building. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Last time on Thermaltake Live. Thank me later that we don't do what Dragon Ball Z does and show you 7 minutes of what happened last time before we actually show you something new. Gotta love it, man. Gotta love it. You know, every time I try to play, try to free play Star Citizen, it looks like they haven't done anything, and it gets more complicated than the last time. I mean, dude, when they added, I don't know if you've played since Pyro, but like that whole thing where they added Pyro and all that other stuff, that really opened a lot of stuff. That was a lot of fun. There's a whole new key card thing that's going on that's really crazy. And yeah, you got to be ready, dude. You got to be ready for some of that stuff. Some of the new things actually kind of got me back in recently with the new stuff that they've been doing. I don't want to, go take a look. But some of the new, but like I said, dude, it's kind of like just been an on and off for me. And I mean, like, years. I mean, like, one of my favorite things they did in the past was the Orison missions where everybody got together. We all went to Orison, and it was like a co-op thing where we all were, performance was pretty lackluster. That's definitely a turnoff for me on a lot of stuff when it comes to stuff like that. I love my frames. I love my FPS, but I understand what they're doing, I understand what they're doing. I don't spend too much on ships, though, They ain't getting me on that, but I definitely have some fun. And I do like the fact that you can grind for money and be able to buy the ship in the game. I know you don't get to keep it forever, but I like that. I like that. I'm a broke grinder. I'd rather spend 1,000 hours than $1,000. Well, maybe not 1,000, but you get my point, right? You can't even get past the first starbase. Well, I think a lot of it is a learning curve. I think there's a big learning curve for that. I mean, dude, New Babbage has always been my home. A lot of the stuff around New Babbage is pretty straightforward. The AI has been like kind of crazy, right? But it's gotten really good recently. I mean, I remember back when they had like 200 cap on the server. Now they're over 600. So a lot of learning on that. I mean, just getting in the ship and understanding what you got to press. Like what you got to do and get good. I mean, just understanding what N does and not pressing backspace. I mean, there's some fun things there with the game, but you're going to get me talking about Star Citizen the entire time, man. You got me on that one. You got me good on that one. But hey, we got our View 290, and I think, the build we're going to be putting together here is going to be able to handle something like Star Citizen. I mean, pretty interesting for a nice little mid-tower case. Now this thing's packed with lots of options. Some of my favorite features that we've done in a variety of cases is the ability to have the vertical mounting with the rotatable PCI Express back. This whole thing pops out, rotates, goes back in, offers some nice cool little advantages there with the case. You also have the backwards compatibility with it. So being able to have a backwards board like our Project Zero board that we have right here. I don't know, I just decided to go backwards with it. And you know, one of the funny things that I kind of forgot, but I remembered what a pain in the butt it is to bread box a BTF or Project Zero board. All the connectors are on the back. It's like you have to plug everything in, set it on the cables, and then put like a stock cooler on it just to see if it's gonna post. You know what I mean? I'm kind of like, you kind of almost need to like prop it like that. You just have everything, because everything plugs in on the back, right? You don't get that nice convenience, oh, I'm gonna set it on a box and everything's gonna be nice and fancy. You know what I mean? But, you know, it's definitely different. And you know, I like it. I think it's kind of interesting. The View 290 supports both ways. So either way you go, if you're gonna have one board for now and you maybe want to upgrade and go the other way later, I mean, it's up to you guys. You know what I mean? Hide your cables or make your own, and you can, you know, you can do whatever you want to do. You know, it's your case, your way. It's your backwards connectors, their way, but it's up to you if you want to buy it. What was it? Is vertical attainable in the View 270? I don't think so. I don't think so. Let's double check. I just had it up. The wood series would have it. Let's see. Let me see. No. It doesn't have the cutouts for it. So normally, if you're going to be looking to see if it has like a backward support, you're going to see these little cutouts right here. So like right here, you would have like those cutouts for both micro and ATX. But if it doesn't have that right there, then it's pretty obvious. I mean, to be fair, I mean, we explain that down here if it supports it, you know, and stuff like that would be in there, right? It'd be in there. But then like, here, take a look. Look. But again, hey, if you like the View 270, look at the 290. You might like the 290 a little bit more. And we take this off. See, now I got my manual right here so I can make sure I know how to do things. Oh, look, it tells me how to do. Oh, it says right there. Oh, see, good. It's important. Manuals are important, you guys. We got some fan stackage in here as well. Kind of got my cables kind of just pre-run, but I mean, you can see right there, see the cutouts right there. I think that makes it a little obvious, you know, as far as just a visual, but most of the time we explain that with all our cases that offer that kind of support. Same with like the back PCIe, right? This whole bad boy rotates and you have the option to go vertical with it too. So we'll be taking a look at that. I got a lot of fun ideas in regards to airflow, playing around with a little bit of that, thanks to our beautiful swap fans allowing me to swap the blades for either a standard or reverse airflow, because no one wants to stare at the back of a fan. Come on, man. Who wants to look at that in a case right there is like come on, man. I see that online still and I'm just like, you know, these people are going to be like, dude, I really should have gone with a fan that faces forward the entire time. But I could see, I've had that way for a long time, right? Until we had this. It's the magnets are fun, but like the flexibility of this really kind of owes up a lot of it. And hey, keep in mind too, guys, if you want, you know, if you want to make sure you know, you get these fans and you want to do more with them, don't lose the blades. Like if you go and swap these out, don't lose those standard blades. Keep them around. You never know when you might need to switch back, or if you take these out of one case, put them into another case later, and the airflow is a little bit different and stuff like that. You got that flexibility. Don't lose those blades because it's not really something we're going to have in stock. You know what I'm saying? Crazy says, I don't see anything. Is it on my end? I've been stuck on the PC desktop page. I'm not sure what you're referring to, Crazy Hyperman. But let me know. Let me know. Don't lose the blades and don't lose the cables. True. One of the nice things about the cables is they're magnetic, so they can kind of get attached to some things. Always save your fan lube. You never know when you may need to lube a fan. You never know when you may need to lube up a fan. But yeah, I got a variety of fans that are here, stacked up like waffles. We got some reverse, we got some standard, but all things cool. Definitely have been a big fan of the SWA fans. And yeah, we'll be putting these guys to the test. Let's see, we got 3 reverse here. I believe the reverse we're going to be going on the bottom so we can get some nice intake here on top of our power cover. Then I have these 3 fans right here as well to be able to then put, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to be swapping the fans out on the AIO, because the AIO comes with RGB fans, and I want to use this for TTRGB 3.0. So those kind of fans and everything, we got to switch them up so we can get everything taken care of. I already pre-installed the 2 fans on the side right there, reversed the blades, so those are in intake already, but there's a little twist with that. And I think there's some interesting things to talk about depending on the orientation of your graphics card in relation to those 2 fans there next to the motherboard. Now, I mean, when you're looking at a mid-tower case like this, doesn't support a full 360 or 420 on the side, but you definitely got that support up top, which in my opinion is a favorable place for most cases to put your AIO. So we'll be slapping our AIO here on the top, allowing us to get some intake. Because again, you know, like with the View 600, you don't have that option for 3 more fans in the front, but boy, do you get a good view. Go ahead and pop that off. Now, a lot of this stuff we kind of broke down earlier on, a couple weeks back before Intel Gamer Days. So if you guys want more of an overview of the case, I'm not trying to rewind too much, but yeah, you can definitely go take a look at those. So I have one, these are standards. These are my 3 reverse. There we go. All right, let's get the rest of this case unpacked. You know, nice little back panel, nice little filter. Engine oil works good too. You know, speaking of engine oil, View 390 and Future Dusk and Butter Waffles when in the US? Thought it was here. Wait. Hold. Oh, because only the black and the snow are here. That's right. Because if you go over to Thermaltake.com, we have them up. Chassis. No, stay here. See, here's some of the other wood stuff too. So if you want to see more of the new wood stuff, that's going to be, you know, it's on the way. But like once it shows up on our website, you know, it's getting a little closer to us over here on the other side of the planet. But yeah, other new wood series there. But yeah, we have. Oh, this is going to be dope too. I'm so excited for that. Let's see. I think it's on. Yeah, right here. Soonish. I let me check. I'll see if I can double check on when. I don't know if I have a shipping date yet on this, and I apologize that I can't check right now on stream. So I don't want to, you know, secrets. But thanks for the question, though. Thanks for the question. So back to engine oil. Now, so October's coming up, right? We got October coming up. What do we do in October, everybody? What do we do in October? Butter melts. We have some interesting things going on. For a lot of you, maybe you don't know. Maybe you do. but we've been doing some different things. But in October, we've had a lot of fun with our coolant testing, viewer voted liquids. So we're going to have to be kicking this off here soon. I think, as I've done before in the past, we'll be throwing some options out on Discord. So if you're not a part of our Discord, join our Discord, !Discord in the chat for the link. But in our Discord, we're going to first ask you guys, because we're going to build a custom cooled PC. I would love to have the View 390 butter waffle color, butter caramel, butter waffles, and the View 390, and do a full custom loop in it. You know, bend some tube. It's been a minute since we bent tube. I think I've forgotten how to do it, but we'll have to wait and see. But we have a custom cooled build that we're gonna have to put together because you guys are gonna have to come up with some new ideas.
I'm making waffles.
Some new ideas as far as what liquid that's safe and, you know, non-toxic, safe liquid that we could put into a PC, and one, see if we can get it to work, and two,
Pumpkin Spice Month DUHHHHH.
we've done that. We've done pumpkin spice straight from Starbucks. I did not turn into a pumpkin, neither did Steve. But we have something for you guys to pick, right? This is for you guys to pick. So get your waffle caps on. Start thinking of some new ideas, right? We've done water. We've done Kool-Aid. We've done a variety of sodas. We've done energy drinks. Heck, we've done beer. We've done whiskey, vodka. We've done radiator fluid. We've done syrup. Freaking syrup in a system. That was actually quite a mess to clean, let me tell you. But we need some new ideas. And I want you guys to think hot sauce. Hey, what kind of hot sauce? You want something? Are we going paste picante, or are we saying get a rope? You know what I mean? Like, what, are we going extra chunky on that sauce, or are we going with some hot, spicy liquid stuff? You know what I mean? Start thinking, guys. Start thinking. I think next week we're going to have to start getting some ideas. We'll gather some ideas for what you guys think would be good, and then we'll put it to a vote. You know, so I think last year, I'll try to get everything together next week to kind of recap with you guys, like what we did. We've had some fun. I don't know if you guys remember some of the videos that we did, you know, kind of, you know, having some fun last year. So I'll dig that out. We'll play that one again. The Guinness beer one was probably one of my favorites. It looked so sick in that Core P3 Pro, man. Oh my God. It looked so good. But yeah, start thinking of some ideas, you guys. Your favorite soft drink, favorite drink overall. You know, I mean, I'm really surprised nobody's kind of brought up stuff like motor oil or melted butter. A lot of neat little interesting things to do. Have we tried liquid milk? No, we're not going to try liquid milk. That would be quite expensive. Hershey syrup. Oh, that's I think that one was on the list. But I don't think Hershey syrup actually got on there. So, hey, we can bring some stuff back. But that's what I'm saying. We'll recap next week on where we were with last year and the years before, and try to get that. Dude, somebody always mentions mercury. It's so funny that somebody always been like, can we do liquid? I mean, you know, non-toxic, definitely keep the cost a little bit down. I mean, we've done Mr. Bubble. I think Mr. Bubble's still chilling. Yeah, Mr. Bubble's still up there. We had a bubble in time with liquid Mr. Bubble. Like, think about it. No water added, just straight Mr. Bubble. It was actually pretty cool. We did Pepto-Bismol one year. No heartburn in the PC. Come on. You know? So a lot of fun stuff there. Let's shift over to some summer waffling though. Get some it's still pretty hot. Got some summer waffling going on. See, there we go. Yeah. Bailey's Irish Cream. Ooh, that would be good. Dish soap. God, you know how hard it would be to clean dish soap out once you got it in there? Oh my God, you guys. Alka-Seltzer and water. Ooh. We're going to build a bomb. But yeah, no, I have to make it practical and have to set it up. But like, I think the 390 is going to be the perfect case for that, where we could do a CPU and GPU block and then do like, you know, a reservoir style so we can just take the top off so we can pour in all the ingredients that you guys come up with. So, hey, start thinking about some ideas. We'll be probably getting that going next week. Cause dude, it's already mid-September. You know, we got to get the build going and everything. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. We've done Dr. Pepper. I think we did Dr. Pepper before. Ketchup and mustard at the same time, or you want to see ketchup versus mustard? Up to you guys. This is a viewer voted liquid. I don't get to say anything. I just throw out some ideas. You guys are going to be the ones that are going to pick and then vote on it. And we'll take like the top 5 or 6 and put it to the test. October, baby. Spooky and fun. Maybe I'll even try to get some dry ice or something like that so we can get some cool effects in there. Or the little fog machine going, you know what I mean? Either way, it should be a fun October with that. So come hang out with us. Stay a while and listen. Give us a follow. Or, you know, hey, drop that free Prime there and get yourself some extra waffles for our giveaways that we do, you know? 110 octane fuel. Since we're doing race stuff now. Right, everybody's gonna be like, hey, we need transmission fluid versus engine fluid. I mean, to be fair, we've done race coolant. We've done just regular antifreeze. So we've done some car stuff in the past. Glow stick juice. You want me to sit here and just cut a bunch of glow sticks and pour it in? Oh my God. Bro, that would be cool, but it would be such a pain in the butt. But I would literally buy black lights just to do that if you picked it. We'd get some black lights and we'd do that. If you thought UV acid green, old school liquid cooled builds
What day is it, Mike?
was bright, wait till you put some glow stick juice in there. Wait till you throw some glow stick juice in there. Oh, man. Okay. All right. Oh, cool. It's like braiding cables all over again. And between here, we're going to do a French braid on this one today. All right. Kind of get that kind of set there. All right. Let's see. Let me check my message really fast. Yeah, let me check. I'll be right back. I'm waiting on my AIO to come back to me. Should have it here in a little bit. Oh, nice. One sec. How funny is it that I just went to go check and it wasn't there, and then it just shows up literally 5 seconds later? We good. Now, we are going to be throwing in our new MagFlow 360 Ultra in here with the new screen. This product has been sold out. We have other shipments coming in with this really soon. Right now, it is on Notify Me, but we have more coming. I'll try to keep you guys posted on when the stock comes back up for the new MagFlow series, because that's both the 360s and the 420s in both black and in white. It's all gone right now. So hang tight with us. We'll get that going on. Yeah, and we'll take this out and we'll do this here in a little bit. Nice. Now we have all the pieces of the puzzle. Future Dusk. Yeah. It'd be interesting if we started doing more colors, you know, with like the AIOs and stuff. Like, I know we've kind of done it a little bit. I have some matcha ones. I have like, yeah, I got hydration blue and all that. You know, remember when we were like, everything was all hydration blue, blah, blah, blah. Everything was blue. So curious to see where we go from here with color options for stuff like that. I mean, I can see some of them are, I think it's kind of niche though. And I could see how it could be a little bit of a challenge even for us globally. Because if we're going to do this, it's got to go everywhere. It's not like one or two. It's like, you know, it's got to make sense for us, right? But everybody always wants more. That's why we just have so many different colors right now. Okay, so we got our fans in. We got our power supply in. And I guess, yeah, let's kind of double check our motherboard. I do gotta kind of make sure everything's in here. So let's kind of make sure everything's still in here. Because, you know, I didn't check. Don't have time for that. Get my camera action set up right here. Let's go. Here we go. All right, so we got our Project Zero board. Of course, this one is a backwards connector board. Watch your fingers here on these. Those PWM pins up here, man, they can really dig into your skin. So just be a little cautious when you're holding the board. I mean, it's just kind of like looking at where like this is a safe spot here on the 24 pin on this side. The other side here with the IO is usually a good place. You got usually like a nice little cover to give you a little bit of a grip on it. But yeah, definitely make sure you be careful of this bottom side. Don't be going like that. You could stab your hand just a little bit. And that's not what we want. We don't want that. All right, so we got our CPU in, we got our RAM in. Did I put an M.2 in there? I did. Nice. So we got our M.2. And then I already have this prepped for our AIO. We'll just leave those on there. It's easier that way. We'll take those off and then we're ready to go. We already got the back plate installed here on the case. So this will be pretty close to just dropping it in and getting it going. But I do like the no cable look. It really gives a nice presentation. I think with this all white case, it's going to look really good. Of course, we have our SWA fans. And then I got this a big chonker of a graphics card to kind of slap in there. And I think I'm going to utilize this for some interesting airflow scenarios, if you guys know what I'm talking about. And maybe we'll be able to spend a little bit of time on it. Maybe not. We'll see how everything goes. But of course, we got to get this bad boy built first in order to be able to do anything. Am I right? We'll have to see. Stay tuned. Okay. Let's scooch this over a little bit here. And, you know, it's like, I always like to not have to go backwards. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes it doesn't. As far as like, if I'm going to put the motherboard in right now, what's going to be in the way once the board's in, right? I mean, we used to have a big issue with forgetting to put the back plate on, right? But now almost every case company has this back part cut out, or like with the View 600, it has a HDD SSD mount, but that's removable. So if you forget it, it's not a big deal anymore, like it used to be in the past. Because dude, that'll be one of the last things, and it happens to the best of us. It happens to the best of us. But we got some nice perforation options here on the top of the power cover. I mean, yeah, you can put 3 fans across the bottom. And, you know, the motherboard can get a little bit in the way with the fans, but not necessarily. So I'd always opt to put the motherboard in first before putting the fans in. But at the same time, this case also does support, and it's going to probably be hard to see, but right here, we have an option for a riser cable to then go vertical with the graphics card. Now, if you do want to go that route, there is a little bit of a takeaway. Now, a lot of that is because if you go directly into the case, you can put 3 fans here in intake, and ideally it's perfect for a graphics card in that type of orientation. You get some nice cool air coming right up on the bottom, literally slapping the graphics card in the face. And then for a lot of graphic card companies that have nice little pass-throughs and everything, you can get some nice good airflow in here, run some good exhaust on the top, intake on this side, exhaust out the back. you're usually pretty good. But if you go vertical with it, it gives you some different options. And especially with like a larger card like this, if you can see how the fans are more positioned towards the back of the card, and especially with how the card has this type of perforation, like a lot of that, not everyone does, but a lot of them have options like this. That bottom fan now becomes really interesting as far as which way you're going to go with it. And, you know, it's the fun part of PC building, right? Playing around with some different things. You know, I've been talking a little bit about like how you can go intake and exhaust, kind of mix it and match it. Like I've wanted to do like a intake, exhaust, intake, or, you know what I mean? Like certain things, I don't know if I'd do an intake on the top. I'd always just keep that exhaust. But stuff on the side kind of is in that middle ground, and it kind of gives you a little bit of room to play with. So let's have some fun. Let's have some fun with that, you know? But all right, now we have this. Let's find our screws. We have to dig. We have to dig. I didn't have a chance to move all the stuff from the view over to this one, so I'm kind of in a little bit of a mix-up here, but I got him. We're good. We are good. We don't need a fancy little tray, but I did need these bigger standoffs right here, so we'll talk about those. Cool, I even have the nut setter too. Let's go, nut setters. Nothing like getting your setter nutted. I never knew building a PC was so much fun. Let's see. I love my little screwdriver, my little Intel screwdriver set. This is good. All right. Imagine if you go to a club with a line out the door. If you pull out a Whitey's ROG GPU, they will just skip you and let you go right in.
Somebody get him some water, please.
It looks like you may need a glass of water.
Right? That's what you do at the Asus parties, at CES and everything like that. You just go up to JJ and you go, and then you do this. Where is it? You gotta have your Asus ring. If you don't got your Asus ring on, you know what I mean? You gotta sit there and be like, and they're like, all right, sir, you can go in. That's a cool little trinket right there. That's a cool little trinket right there, let me tell you. Okay, now that we know, I mean, I guess I kind of already knew, but let's get some of our screws together. How's everybody doing? Everybody doing good? Happy hump day. Exclamation mark Waffle 36. Nope. Just kidding. It's not that one. 7. This is 9. This is 9, right? 369. Dang, yo, fine. 8.
Does that ring have a QR code on IT?
Does the ring have a QR code on it? I've honestly never really looked. Like, I don't think so. Here, look. You want to see it? Here, I'll show you up close. That way you can scan the QR code if you want. Here, check this out. This is a ROG Strix. I think this is 3090s. White ones only. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, this is a cool little ring right here. That's pretty neat. I've never really seen something like this from a graphic card company. I've seen a lot of weird things, but this is pretty neat. I think NVIDIA should do something like this too. I'm really surprised more haven't done stuff like this. I think this is a cool trinket. Pretty neat. But I don't know if it's got a QR. It doesn't. Like, let me grab my phone real quick. You guys are all sitting there going, It takes you to a secret web page, a secret Asus web page where everything has 30% off. Oh man, if only. All right. Tuck those away so we don't smash them. Get our case flipped on its side here a little bit. There we go. Oh my God, the graphics card's too big. I'm getting hungry looking at all this. Scooch all this over a little bit here. There we go. It's all about the setup, guys. It's all about the setup. All right, we got a filter. We'll take a filter off. Hey, anything else in our way? No, I don't think so. All right, let's dive in. Let's dive in. Let's see what we got like that. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Woo! There we go. Yeah. Okay. I'll just keep it sideways like that. Ow! 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 Be careful. Be careful. The board's got, you know, sharp things on the back. Sharp things on the back. Now, so remember, like stuff like this for the 24 pin, a lot of these all have the cutouts dedicated for those connectors, all the stuff on the bottom. Just be a little cautious setting the motherboard down into the case, especially with one that has all these little pins on here. I mean, you don't want to mess up stuff like your front panels, you know, your HD audio, you know, stuff like that. So be careful with those and everything. Hey, one of the good things, I guess, about that 3.0, because this is usually the one that I'm worried about the most with the pins, putting that big connector in. But one of the nice things about this is it's got a nice little cover on it to protect it. So if you did kind of smash it, it's not going to get messed up. But some of these other guys, you got to be a little careful. You know what I mean? And then, you know, another thing too, a lot of our newer cases nowadays have a captive standoff. So like the center standoff right here in the mix of all the different standoffs has like a little lip on it. So it kind of allows you to kind of get it right in the right spot, and it keeps it there so it doesn't kind of slide and shift around as you're doing your install. And of course, as always, if it doesn't have an IO shield pre-installed, folks, please make sure you install that IO shield before putting your Mobo in, because you're not going to like having to go back, and you're definitely not going to be able to cut corners and slap it in between. You're going to have a lot of headaches with that. Let's drop it in. Whoa! Hey, that's you! Hey, you like waffles too? No way, me too! Alright!
Teflon's Tech. TT Waffle Wed.
Yeah! Let's go, TT Waffle! Oh, appreciate Tevin Tech coming in for the 41 months, my friend. Jeepers creepers. Thanks, bro. Thanks, bro. My Z790 Apex is the most expensive board I've ever gotten. Z690 Dark Kingpin. Oh yeah, that Dark Kingpin was close. It was a big one too. Overclocking boards are wild. I miss that good. I miss overclocking, headroom, you know, some of the boards and everything like that. Oh man. And it's like the boards got more expensive, like double the price, right? But yet we don't really get a lot of play with it. You know what I'm saying? Anderson coming in with a 7-stream streak. Thank you so much. Yeah, I do like how it has the captive screw here, and it kind of holds that motherboard in place, right? It's not going to slide around. It feels good going in. Let's see if my magnet's still pretty good
Mike,
here.
hear me out. Thermaltake buys EVGA and starts making AMD and Intel GPUs, including with TT water blocks.
Whoa, that'd be cool. Dude, graphic card game is a tough one. The graphic card game is a tough one. I've actually seen some other options from peeps. Dude. Oh. I've actually seen another company hint at that, but they're just making a cooler. I was actually kind of curious if they were going to get into the GPU market. You know, and not necessarily with Nvidia or even AMD, but Intel. Like Intel coming in with GPUs and everything. I mean, they got a lot to do still, right? But boy, they've made some good progress, guys. They've made some really good progress. I mean, to think being, you know, I'm not going to say the third wheel, but you guys get it. I mean, you're coming into this giant game with someone like Nvidia and AMD already, and you're just like, dude, we want to do some GPU options too. I mean, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely going to be keeping eyes on Intel and what they're doing. We'll see where this one goes. Right there. I can't see half these. I'm just going in blind. We're just going in blind. Wait, is that? Yeah. And this one was not all the way seated. There we go. Oh man, it's just like a little off. Why is it still like, it feels like it's a little off center still. Let me loosen these. I got the right screws, I thought. That one's good. I think it's just it's like, oh cool, the captive screw's not doing what I said it does. Cool. Nope, blame the installer. It's my fault. It's because I can't see what I'm doing. Fantastic. No, it's kind of like the IO shield gets a little funky sometimes, and you just got to try to line it up, and it pushes it tweaks the board just a little bit. Oop, sorry, I didn't mean to hit you, chat.
That motherboard is snug as a bug, like a mug of hot waffle syrup.
Waffles. I love them. All right, that's good. Yeah, it seems like the IO on this. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I think it was just shifting around a little bit. And that was kind of what I was running into. Oh, got this one back in. I can't see, but I know it's there. This one. Sorry about that, chat. I got to be able to see what I'm doing. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whip. I think part of the problem is my microphone can't move back farther. Just shift this over a little bit. Yep, there we go. One more. There we go. There we go. All right. Got our motherboard in. Boy, that's looking really good right there. That's looking really good. My little contraption, camera contraption. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. Motherboard is in. Boy, that looks good. That looks really good. I've been really liking some motherboard companies doing like the chrome and silver. I mean, I know it's not necessarily white. I mean, I know as myself, dude, I like, you know, what was it? Was it Robitech last week? We were on Robitech show on Friday. Boy, was that a lot of fun, dude. That was so much fun. I know some of you guys were in the chat for that, as well as Brathiorn on Thursday, but I liked how he had that all white motherboard with a white PCB. Like, some really cool motherboards out there. You just gotta find the right fit. You know what I mean?
Mike, did you see AMD accidentally open sourced FSR 4 a few weeks ago?
Yes, I did. And I'm very positive they did it on purpose. And I think it's very interesting angle for them in compared to their competition. But yeah, we were on Robitech last week. The first time I've done like a live stream, like as a manufacturer, you know, like I'm not somebody like Justin, you know what I mean? Like, but like to be able to get on there and have some fun. We talked about gaming. We did what is it? Rate my build. They had some build pictures people put in there, and we were talking about that, rating them by bananas. Oh my God, that was so much fun. And then of course, dude, he did a beautiful View 600 build that I believe he's giving it away. So that was pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. Got to do more of that, man. I think that's one of the big things that I've wanted to kind of like achieve here doing our streams for Thermaltake. But hey, man, it's fun to go hang out. I think I had a blast because it's not like I'm a guest host. I'm not the host, you know? So it's nice to kind of lay back and chill a little bit, you know what I mean? But I appreciate all you wafflers coming out last week. So wanted to throw that out there too. So thanks, guys. It was fun. That was a lot of fun. All right. So motherboard's in. We got 3 fans on the bottom. We got our AIO, of course, to put on the top. But let's talk now about a little scenario that we've run into with the View 600, right? So with the View 600, as well as the View 290, there is the option to go vertical with the PCI Express slots. Now, normally I would install or decide what I'm doing on my build. Like, if, hey, I'm going to go vertical. I know I want to go vertical. I bought the riser cable because that is an accessory you got to purchase. You're going to want to change this right away for the easiest scenario. But if it's something where like you already had the build put together, maybe that graphics card's got like a cool fan front, or you just want to see more of the card versus just the side of it, and you decide to go vertical and everything, you can have some good and some bad scenarios depending on where you are with the build. One of them that I would say is that if you are planning to do that just right out the gate, rotate your PCI Express so you just have plenty of extra room in regards to getting it out and getting it back in, right? So let's go ahead and see how it goes here for this one, because this one's a little bit different. The View 600 is a new style because it's not square. So when you take something that's a rectangle and turn it sideways, you're like, well, hey, that's not going to fit the same hole. I've seen Idiocracy. I understand how that works. But one of the unique things that we did with that to accommodate was you would slide in and lose like 2 slots, but you'd still get like 5. You know what I mean? So you would still have plenty of room for those thicker cards to get a natural stock type of mounting in a vertical position. But at the same time, that thickness of that card is definitely always a concern, right? So that's why putting the riser cable mounting has to be important, and it has to all line up with the back of the case, because again, we want that stock type of feel, even though we're going vertical. We're not buying aftermarket, third-party brackets that claim to be universal to fit and everything, you know? No one wants to run a cable on the inside to the outside because they want it like that. So we're trying to do our own thing. But here's a nice little tip if you're planning on building. So scooch this a little bit closer. Now, you have 3 screws here on the back for our PCI Express, right? Our little PCI Express bracket. See, it's loose, you know, it's loose right here. But at the same time, with that, you're like, well, wait. I'm trying to get this out of the case. Why is it not wanting to move out of the case? Well, you guys know that with cards, you know, they have little forks on the bottom, right? These little forks. Well, those little forks go into those little grooves, and by default in this type of orientation, right? Same thing with like these little guys, you take these out, they're slotted down in here, but that little bump that's there for these little forks to go in can hit the PCB of the motherboard. So, like I said, if you are looking to go vertical out of the box, that was your plan, you bought the riser cable, swap this out and change this first, because as you can see, what I got going on here, and it's more or less related to just this back inner part, is it's getting a little caught on the motherboard. Now, I kind of didn't really have a chance and or failed to kind of tell Robitech about this. So he kind of ran into that same type of scenario. So I wanted to use it as a use case. So like right here, I'm in the same boat. I can't get this out to rotate it this way. Now, this can affect you more if you've already built the system and the cards in traditionally, as you're going to have to do some extra things to get it out. One of the things that I saw Justin do was he took the screws out on the one side. Clever man, clever man. And he popped out just the screws here on the motherboard. Not necessarily to like worry about flexing it too much, but he was just trying to get that little bit of wiggle room. You know what I mean? That a little bit of wiggle room. Oh, hey, giveaways are closed for Waffles, but you know what? We're going to open that back up. We're going to extend it. So let me extend the Waffle here a little bit. And then we'll be getting into that in a minute here. We'll be getting that to a minute here. So now I pulled those 2 screws out. I'm kind of still now. A lot of this too is going to be even harder with a backwards connector board because it has covers there and everything. So as I'm kind of looking at this, I don't want to force it too much, you know, and cause some like issues. I'm kind of looking to see like, can I bend this out to then kind of like tweak it? It's kind of pulling on my motherboard maybe a little bit more than I would want it to, right? So if you run into this scenario, just be safe about it. Hopefully you catch it at a time like this. Do this first, or you're going to be looking at moving the motherboard at least out a little bit in order to swap this out, right? So just trying to show what you can find out, what kind of problems that you can run into in regards to that. So let's go ahead, be safe, and take the board back out. I know. It took like 15 minutes to put it in. I know. But these are those things that you can run into, and I just want to show you so you don't have to. And I also don't want to scratch my beautiful board here and everything like that either. So we'll go ahead and we'll take all of the screws out, and I'm just using a drill to speed this up, except for the middle one. So then that way that middle screw that's got that captive standoff's like the last, oh wait, I thought it was the last one. Oh no, I'm just kidding. So with that, now you can see easy mode, right? So it was just basically catching on those little bumps that are there for, you know, your little forks for your graphics card to go on. So it's just hitting that little bit of an edge that's right there. So don't go yanking on it. Don't want to damage your board, right? But rotate it beforehand so you don't have the problem later. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do. That's going to go right back in. You just got to line up the holes, but it sure does make it a lot easier doing this before you put your motherboard in. But again, like I was saying, wanted to show you guys the use case with that. Kind of felt bad for Justin, but man, he did some clever work there with that. So cheers to him on that, dude. He did a good job. He did a good one. He did a solid. And that was a big build. There's a lot involved there with that, right? There is a lot involved there. So now that we got our board back in, or our PCI Express back in, right? Let's put our board back in. just gonna do this on the quick. I just wanted to show you guys. And see, that's the thing. I'm like, literally, I'm gonna forget this too, and I work for the company. I get it. But hopefully that's why you guys watch. I know you love the waffles too. One more. Oh, just kidding. One more. One more. And there you go. Now you have it converted over for a vertical mounting of the GPU. It's important. Make sure you remember. Make sure you remember. Remember, I told you, you can't blame me now. I already brought it up. You can't blame me.
No pancakes.
No pancakes.
No pancakes.
No pancakes. Rob coming in.
Rob_Rockamal4 just resubbed for 51 months. I made it. Raining like a hurricane here in SWFL.
Oh my gosh, really? Wow. Oh, dude, take care on the hurricane, my friend. Hope everything's good. Thank you for the tier 2 for 51 months, you guys. Dude, can I ask a favor, and can I get some waffles in the chat for Rob? Let's wish him the best with the hurricane and say thanks to one of our top wafflers here who's been giving us tier 2 subscriptions, you guys. That's $10. I think, or did it go up? That's for 51 months in a row. Rob. Much love, Rob. Stay safe out there, buddy, as well as everybody else. I guess it's hurricane season, huh? It's hurricane season.
MC Mikey. MC
Ricky.
I could listen to that the whole time building. Oh, and then yeah, too, like, look at your connections. So all your connections fit real good right here on the back and everything like that. Looking really good, you know. Got to make sure you have the right cutouts though. But don't worry, we're good. We cover BTF, we cover Project Zero, and we even cover the stealth boards too. Gigabyte's coming back with those. I need to get my hands on one. I want to play with it. I want to see how it fits, see how everything's going. Super Waffle Friends location. Yeah, much love. Thanks, guys. Appreciate all the waffles for Rob. Waffle Man. I freaking love that one. That one's good. But yeah, you can kind of see it kind of covers a little bit on the inside there. You know, for the like you kind of lose, what is it, like the inner ones, but it's not going to be a big deal. You know what I mean? But understand this too, though. Like if you're someone like me, that's a stream, you know, you stream or you have an extra card, add-in card, whatever it is. I mean, hey, Sound Blaster's trying to make a comeback. Have you guys seen them trying to come out with sound cards in 2025 or 2026 for that matter? So stuff like that, you have to make a decision on. And here's a couple of things that you need to be mindful for. So first and foremost, if you are going to go vertical, make sure you rotate before putting the motherboard in. Check. Got that one covered. Now, step 2, when buying your fans, understand, and you know, this can make it or break it for some people, because I know a lot of you guys out there go, Mike, you guys only offer these in a 3-pack. Like, I need one more. I gotta buy a 3-pack to get one more, right? And I'm like, yeah, I wish there was a better option. Well, here's an option for you. Now you can run your 3 fans here on the bottom. Let me hold for setup. Hold for setup. It's weird science. So that's gonna sit something like that, right? Now, if you're gonna put your card in traditionally, you can have all 3 fans, no problem. Now, if you do want to go vertical and get yourself a riser cable, I would recommend this one. This is our Thermaltake. It's PCI 4.0, but I think for most of you, it shouldn't be a problem. I've tested this on 5090, 5080, but I will tell you, and I've seen it out there too in the market, that it's not a guarantee. Yes, it probably happens 1 out of 8, maybe 1 out of 10 times where you can have some weird scenarios. I've also seen some of those issues that I kind of feel is related to the 50 series cards where I never saw this on 40 series or 30 series for that matter. And a lot of this too has to do with like the gen speed on the motherboard, right? A lot of times by default that's set to auto. So with that being at auto, you might have to switch it to 4, as it can be somewhat of a concern with that. So bread boxing is always important. Plug in the card in, you get a post, go in the BIOS, check some things, but just keep that in mind if going with a riser cable, if it's ours or somebody else's, that you could have some scenarios with it in there, with the card plugged into the motherboard or going vertical on 50 series cards specifically. So just be mindful of that. I know there's a lot of talk about going out there, even if it plugged directly into the board and it's still not working. So I'm not necessarily blaming this as much, but there is something definitely going on. Hopefully it's something they can narrow down a little bit more, especially as the series ages on. But hey, always thinking about these things, right? And always trying to keep up with, like, you know, what's going on, making the right decisions on stuff. But this one especially I like because it's small, it's short, and it doesn't take up a lot of space in the case, especially for one like this. But the other thing I like about it too is it's a dual 90. So you have a 90 degree here on the bottom, so the card mounts right here, and then the top part plugs right into the motherboard is also a 90. This makes it a lot easier than the P3 days where everybody had to plug it in directly and they had to deal with the little swoosh there where it goes up because it's just a straight flat riser cable. Kind of like the early days of riser cables becoming a thing for PC components, right? So this will go right in here. I mean, I can just kind of mock it up on the PCIe, but you will also notice kind of that fan's kind of getting in the way there. And, you know, that does come with the other give and the take, is that if you are going to go vertical in this case or other cases like that, take note that you don't necessarily have to lose all your fans, but you will have to take out the back fan. So you still get the option to put 2 fans there in the front, but you are leaving some room for the riser cable when going vertical. So, hey, that's a little bit of your takeaway to consider. Either way, is one fan going to make it or break it? Nah, not really. I wouldn't worry about it too much. And, you know, I've really liked how the mounting and everything like that goes on this. So we'll put our riser cable and we'll get that mounted in here. But I want to put all my connections in for my motherboard. But got to understand, backwards board, right? So a lot of times when if I pre-mounted my fans in the front, I had this stuff, especially here, like right on the bottom, right? There's a connector right there, and if I put the fans in, I'm like, I can't fit the USB headers in the front panel. It's like, oh my gosh, if you have one of those front panel things, it's like 15 different pieces, nightmare, right? So one of the nice things about having a backwards board and a case that supports it is those fun little problems kind of just go away because everything's nice and wide open for you right here on the back. And it will also help clean up your cable management too, because everything's literally in the back. You're not even fishing anything through the front except for what? The Gen 5 cable. I mean, EPS 24, everything's all in the back. So just a couple of things to consider. Vertical mount, going to go single fan on that to be able to get those kind of options. But as we go further with the build, I'll show you some nice benefits there too with the card being in a vertical situation versus a standard situation. And, you know, it's your build, your way, so you can pick what you want to do. I'm just showing you guys the fun options that we got here for this, right? So first, before we get our fans in, and we don't have to worry about the little cables there on the bottom, because that is the worst when you forget about that. We have our standoffs. Now these are some pretty big standoffs. These are about 1 inch in height as far as standoffs go. But what this does is it raises the riser cable up, 1, to align with your PCI Express slots, but 2, so that way you got that nice little gap out there so you can fit those 2 other fans without the card interfering, or even the riser cable for that matter. So let's get our little stands in here. Now, I'm not sure. Let's see. Let's jump back over here. Let's take a look here on this 290. All right, no, that's the 390. Let's take a look at 290. So here's our 290. Go over here to our manual section. Manuel. Oh, that's too small. There we go. So here's right here. These are those longer standoffs, as you can see. This is for the you can't see. For the VGA right here. So these are separate and different from like the standoffs in the case, right? Fell asleep for 30 minutes. My arms are all sleepy now. Computer chairs are not comfortable. Dude, I've been there with you on that. I can't fall asleep in a chair. Like a couch, absolutely. Bed, of course. But again, I just can't. Even if it reclines and you have all, I'm just like, I can't. I don't know why. I just can't. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, hope you feel better and everything like that. You are giving me a really funny reference though to Gone in 60 Seconds with the sleeper. So I'm just putting that out there. You made me laugh on that one because that's what I thought about. Sitting there explaining to Nick Cage what the sleeper means. All right, so VGA, we got all the sizes here, you know, micro, mini, all that fun stuff. So if you ever want to know clearance, it's in here. Check the manual. The specifications tab helps too. I think you come down here to the bottom. So when you come down here, you'll see, here's the graphics card. Here's your riser cable. You know, as far as how that mounts it, kind of showing you how that vertical thing goes in there with that. Here's your kind of your fan config, how many fans and all that kind of stuff. But what you want to look at here is that with the standoffs, as far as how they mount, don't get confused because it's really hard to tell in this manual with like the angle it's at and everything. But on the case, there are dedicated mounts for the riser cable, but don't get confused on the mounting for the back fan. So, and if it helps you just kind of mock up a fan here and go, oh, okay, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. But then you'll notice you're like, oh, I got these other 2 up here on the top. What are those for? But at the same time, you're like, oh, wait a minute. I don't necessarily want those for that, right? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put our standoffs in like a this. Let me see if I can. Oh, you know what? Where's my standoff screwdriver? Does this one fit? I know one of these. This is what, a 5 mil? Yep, 5 mil right there. I love how it's got a 4 and a 5 mil on it. So I can sit here and I can put these. And actually, I was a little misspoken. So as I'm looking at this, if you're going to go vertical on the 290, you can only put 1 fan. I was thinking the View 600, much larger case, you can do 3 fans there on the front. So definitely something to consider going vertical. Again, it's an option. You could do your case your way, however you'd like to do it, right? But letting you know the give and the take in regards to what you're going to do, because my front fan's still going to be able to go there, but I don't know, as you can see where my standoff is here, it is going to interfere with that second fan. So you are reduced down to a single fan in the 290, where in the View 600, you have 2 fans instead of 3, right? And the nice thing about the View 600 is you can do 120 or 140s. The 290 is a 120 exclusive. So when you're looking at mounting on the back, you do have options for 120 and 140, but I don't care that it's only in one spot, right? I can do options here on the top for the same, but I can only do 120s on the bottom. I can only do 120s on the side. So that's why I kind of dub it a 120 only case. If that makes some sense to you guys, you know what I mean? Are you guys, let's see, getting some last minute waffles, and we're going to be waffling here really, really soon. Are you guys ready? Have you guys waffled yet? Beantown getting in with last minute waffle. Last minute wafflers, hurry up. You have only a little bit of time. Grasp your waffle entry and don't let go. It could be you. It could be you. More than just waffles. Man, I was loving that song. That was going good. And, you know, other fan configurations and all that, the way you kind of set your magnets. We'll talk about that and everything here in a little bit, but that's kind of how the vertical mounting goes. And I wanted to spend the time to kind of give you guys a good use case and kind of give you a little bit of an SOP on the right way to do it, not the wrong way to do it. So you're not backtracking on your build, right? Okay. So we got this in, like, you know, fan in your top. We got the AIO to do and everything and get all that stuff going on. But you know what? You smell something? Did you guys smell something? Somebody cooking something? Somebody something? Sniffa. What's going on? What's that smell? What's that smell? I don't know. What is that? Smells like something. Smells like something. Are we done? It smells like Teen Spirit. It sure does. Syrup. All right. Giveaways are closed. Wow, look at all those waffles. Wow. Wow. Wow, 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 wee, wow. All right. All right, is it time? I think so. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Waffle me, waffle me! God, I love this song. All right.
Lizard.
Yeah, get it. Get in the beat, baby. Let's go, lizard. Lizard. I knew what you were doing there. I'm making waffles. Yeah. All right, your weekly waffle is here, breaking up your Wednesday with some waffles. Let's go. Who's going to be our big waffle winners here today? We got to swim. Oh, my. Get out of the way. There, that was in the way. Get it.
Waffle Man! I am the Waffler! Golden crispy! Bad guys are history! Yeah!
All right, no more jokes. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, winner! Day Live!
Waffles,
Day Live!
Lots of syrup.
Lots of syrup. DEYE Live, Day Live. Congratulations on winning the waffle. Are you there? I hope you're not walking your car or washing your dog. Wowzers, they're here. Let's go. Congratulations on winning the waffle. They said spin it. Let's go. Come on, baby. Big money. Nice, dude. Hey, scoring one of our new ones, our TT Gear prize. A lot of different options there. Lot of different options there with the TT Gear prize. Congratulations. Don't forget to Discord me to verify you are a meat popsicle. And we'll get that waffle going out to ya. All right, one more. See, play assist, pick me, please. Please. All right, let's go. Pause for dramatic. Close my eyes. Wait, am I on the button? Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Moo Moo! Moo Moo's winner! Utter calamity! Moo Moo! Moo! Oh, Moo Moo Moo! Congratulations! Now, you can tell me to spin it or you can tell me to moo it. It's up to you. I will accept mooing it or spinning it. Okay, so it's up to you. But you say moo and you're gonna win. Moo, he says, go! Let's go, come on, baby, let's go! Nice, coming in with a swag pack. Wait a second. What? Wait, what's going on? Wait, what's going on? Oh my God, it's going again. It's going again. No, one more time. Because it's broken. It's broken. Oh crap, that landed on power. Crap. Dang it. Congratulations, Moo, on winning, I guess, a power fan. It's like both. But no, it says power on the bottom. Congratulations on winning your choice of a Thermaltake power supply. My finger was extra slippery. I'm sorry. What if they wanted the swag? Well, too bad, because I accidentally hit the button. All right. And those things can happen, and they can happen in the future too, because I feel like I want to give more. All right. There we go. Congratulations. You've won a power supply, Moo Moo. Enjoy. Moo right back to you. Congrats. Let's go. I think I'm going to be changing this up. They're going to do some stuff. I don't want to promote gambling, but I want to have some fun with this. I shouldn't have hit it a third time. That was my fault. I was going to just do it once. All right, you guys. Of course, we love to give back here. Thanks for waffling with us. We'll have more waffles for you next Wednesday, and we're going to have more lizard for you next Wednesday as well. Congratulations, you guys, on winning the waffle. I ran out of swag packs is the problem. I'm out of swag packs right now. And I didn't want to take it off the wheel. All you guys, all the Intel stuff's going. I got too much to do with that. 10,000 tube tokens for a respin. Ooh, that's interesting. I have to see how I could implement to, how could I take your stuff from
60% of the time, it works every time.
This is true. I'll have to think of some stuff. Let me know if you guys have any ideas. Congratulations to both of you. Again, don't forget, meat popsicle verification is very important. Who's that? I love it. Oh, man. Congrats. Thanks again, guys, for waffling with us. We appreciate it. We do here. Thank you, guys.
Waffles, tasty waffles.
I wish I could give everyone a waffle.
Mike.
Deep
What day is
down,
it, Mike?
I wish I could give everybody a waffle. And I just want you guys to have fun. We appreciate you here. You know what I mean? 200K for spin, 50K for respawn. Oh, but then I'd have to do like a whole new restructure of the points. You know what I mean? Because somebody like Good would take full advantage of me. And he knows it. He knows. He's sitting on all those points waiting for the right time. I know it. I know you are. You know. You know how I know you know? Because I know you know. 1 million. I wish I had more tools on the back end for the waffle wheel. It's almost like I want to like hire a programmer to make me the waffle wheel of my dreams.
Moo moo, moo 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 moo.
The cow is happy. Nice. I will be enjoying my tall glass of chocolate milk later. Thinking of you. Congratulations, both of you guys, again for winning that waffle. Much love. You guys are the best. There's a lot of waffle. There was a lot of entries. A lot of entries, you guys. I still think it's pretty cool odds. I love being a small community, small stream community like this. Let's not, like, it's, I want to grow, but like, I don't want to have thousands. You know what I mean? I want you guys to have, I love our fun little waffle clan, our little waffle group that we got. You guys inspire me to waffle every Wednesday, man. I love your guys' feedback, all the comments. I couldn't say thank you enough from all the intel stuff, all the little feedback, even some like the Lexar drives, like the little messages that you gave, like, you know, you didn't have to, but you did anyways. I shared them with Lexar. They thought it was awesome. So shout out to them again, as well as Intel. I know you guys loved it. I got tons of chippies over here going out too. So I also have that. There's also, oh yeah, there's that PC. You know, it's like $3,500 gaming PC. Oh yeah, that's going out too. Yeah. Almost forgot about that one. Okay. So like I was saying, as we get back into this, there's going to be your give and your take. If you want to go vertical in this case, understand other cases are different too. They'll have other options for it, and you got to take a look, kind of see and map out what you want to do. You know what I mean? And you have some options. It's easy change here and there. But I guess the one funny thing that I wanted to say, because if like you could put two fans there, I mean, I could literally probably just put two fans there anyways and not care, because
It looks like my new co-anchor may need a glass of water.
who needs screws anyways? But no, like, it was just kind of, because I was thinking like on the View 600, if you put the vertical mount there, you got the two fans. So when you buy that 3-pack, that covers that single one in the back. That's always just like I need one more. Oh yeah. Okay. What do we want to do next? All right, so let's get the AAO put together, huh? Happy Wednesday, everybody. It's hump day. Ooh. Oh, yeah. So the MagFlow is going to come with fans that look like SWA fans, which is perfect, but they are ARGB. So if you are planning to go RGB all throughout, you might want to consider upgrading your fans, or you can just stick with these for motherboard sync and just go with ARGB SWA fans to match. You got a lot of different options out there, but just understand, ARGB, motherboard sync. RGB, controller, software, okay? The TT software only works with stuff that has a controller. Everything else plugs into the motherboard, and it has that simple 5-volt motherboard stuff. You know, it's MSI, Asus, whatever you want. The other thing that's nice, too, is you get the reversible blades in here as well, because who doesn't have enough extra fan blades? And don't forget the lube, because you got fan lube in here as well as all the connections and everything that you would need. Let's take this bad boy out. All right. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to do a nice little upgrade on this. Slapping on some SWA fans. Sticker right here. This is always important to take off. But the other thing that's really nice too, with the screen, probably one of the first things I'd recommend. I mean, any AIO that has a screen and the screen is removable, pop it off, put it to the side, let it wait patiently for its debut. Don't scratch your screen, you know, stuff like that, especially on the install. Now, with this one in particular, it just kind of pops off. Can be a little tricky, you know, if you're not an experienced thermal waffler like myself, even though I seem to be having my own problem. No, I'm just kidding. But, you know, this just kind of clips on. It's got little pogo pins on the inside for the connectivity. So just make sure when you do put it back on, it should feel a nice click, and it should feel good knowing that it's fully seated. Or if you just never took it off and you go to turn it on and you have some maybe weird distortion on the screen, just consider there are pogo pins on the back here. And this goes for a lot of AIO screens. Just double check, maybe disconnect it, reconnect it, you know, turn it off and on again. Stuff like that, you know, just to kind of troubleshoot or give some tips, right? But we got this nice, beautiful screen with its little sticker still on here protecting it. So we're just gonna put it over to the side here, and we don't have to worry about scratching our screen as we're putting our AIO into the case, right? So we got this right here. Now let's get those fans going. Got a riser cable to put in. All right, so we're going up on the AIO, so we want to exhaust out the top. And I do want the fans on the bottom, not on the top, just to be fair. I guess it's your fan your way, but you know, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. We can do it. There's my reverses. And here's my 3 standards. Okay. Now, connections. We're thinking about connections. What side do you want your cable on? You got a choice. Yeah. You got a choice. You're welcome. And you know what the best part is? It's only one. You don't have to deal with 3. So, kind of play around with our AIO here a little bit, huh? Play around with our AIO a little bit here. So, I don't know if I want the tubes in the back or in the front. Let's take a gander. Let's take a gander here. So that's gonna fit up like this. Now we can take this and we can swoosh this around, and we can do something pretty cool like that right there. This looks pretty good. Get a nice little swoosh out of it. See, we can reverse this over here. We can go towards the front. That way I can hold, just so I can hold it. And maybe you don't want that big of a loop. You want more of a swoosh than a loop-de-loop. Then maybe consider putting the tubes up in the front. Let's see, we take this bad boy, we kind of rotate. You can do some interesting things. The nice things about this, with the way the AIO is, these are rotatable, so they slide from side to side, kind of giving you that different orientation with that. Again, one of the nicest things about Intel over AMD is that with this, you have 4 different placements as far as how you can mount the AIO. On AMD, you only got 2, but hey, It works either way. And don't worry about the screen, you guys. It's all controlled by software. It's likely going to show up sideways depending on which orientation you put it in as far as how you install it. But just understand the software for this, you have a 10 increment change. So it's not even like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like 10, 10, 10. So you can have it cockeyed, crooked, whatever you want to do. It's software. It's just it's a screen. So older stuff in the past, I can understand that. And then the other thing too is that, like, if you're going to go vertical with the GPU, those tubes kind of hanging down like that, you might not want those tubes to hit the card or rest on the card, sit on the card itself right there. So another thing that you might want to consider as well is mounting up the riser cable, throwing the graphics card in just to kind of mock it up, to kind of see what your space is like. I mean, same thing too, if you have the tubes here in the front and you're drooping back over this way, if you have a big chunker like this and it's right here in the front, that could be a little bit of an issue, but probably not really. But you know what I mean? Like, mock it up, give it a little test fit and make sure it's good. And stay lubed. I like that. That might be my new slogan for 26. Stay lubed, everyone. Oh my God, we have fun. We have so much fun here. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? It's my AIO my way. Oh yeah. 500K tube tokens and I get promoted to Steve. Cheers to Steve. He's the best. We still talk. We still game. He's the best guy ever, man. And he's going to be a dad soon. Really excited for him. Woo. Okay. Okay. Well, let's see here. We got like that. I don't want the connector in the front because that's going to look ugly because I want it nice and clean. So I want the connector back here by the tubes. That can be a little bit of a problem. So another thing to kind of consider and think about as far as how you're going to mount it up. That back fan can get a little tight as far as the connector being like right here. Watch it here. Let's zoom in on it. Let's zoom in and we'll take a closer look. Let's dive. Time to dive in, baby. All right. So let me get rip. See. So see, here's my little connections, right? See, that's a tight little fit there with the tube. Oh, let me see if I have the other cable. I want to show you the difference. Let me see. I think I got the other cable right here because, yeah, I wanted to show. Okay, so quick little reference there on our fans, right? So this is an 8-pin fan, meaning that it connects to a controller and it goes through our TT RGB Plus, right? So that's going to connect up there as far as, being able to connect, which I am the best at. And then you have your little cable. It's got a nice little arrow located right there on the top. That basically just gives you a reference that it needs to be towards the fan or towards the top. I mean, you literally can't plug it in wrong. It won't. It's like, nope. The magnets are too powerful. But then, it kind of feels like you got it right, but at the same time, I probably still get it wrong. But either way, I get this kind of set up here. But the understanding the clearance. So if I have the fans that I'm going to put in here, that's going to be a little bit of a tighter fit. Oh, sorry. But it still clears. But it's a pretty tight fit there with that. So just keep that in mind. If you are going to go with and or use the ARGB fans, now the ARGB fans only have 6 pins, and this is using the new connector style, which I'm definitely a big fan of. These need an update, but these new pin connectors, you can also tell it's a lot more low profile. I mean, this isn't like super thick, but you can definitely see there's a little bit of a difference. So something like a magnet connection like this gives you even better clearance with it, but I'm just kind of trying to give you a use case to show you that it is still possible, even line up, but it can be a little bit of a close fit. The other thing to consider too in regards to all of this is that as this is reversed or flipped over, this is going to be on the outside towards the glass, not on the inside. And I know a lot of us like to have our cable connections on the inside. And I mean, a lot of times I mean, you could do that if you did this and use a standard blade, but then now it's going to be on the inside. But again, just run it like this underneath the tubes and you'll be all good to go. But you might want to pre-plan this, or at least just keep in mind where that's going to be, depending on how it fits in the case. But either way, this guy's showing you guys what's up. Because that other one's like our new MagForce 2.0, where we like, this was like the first one, right? Like the very first like magnet connections. And like, I'm excited for like the new fans that we have coming out. We have the new Tough Fan EXs. Bro, we got the new screen, the LCD screens. I don't think that actually has an official name yet. I don't know what the official name is for that one just yet. Not sure if we're gonna have that one soonish in regards to the LED frame fans, I guess is what a lot of people were calling it. But yeah, I mean, I just want to make sure I can wrap my cable over like that. Shouldn't be a problem, but definitely something to just, hey, letting you know. You know what I mean? And that's going to go over like that. So there we go with this. Kind of get like a little mock-up on that. We'll pull our magnet connection off. It won't be too big of a deal, but we do know that it's going to be a little bit of a tight fit. Waffles for Steve. That's right, baby. Steve loves a good waffle. I'll let him know you said that. I'll let him know you said happy waffle. Okay, line these up. But yeah, don't get ahead of yourself. Try to plan out what you can. Sometimes we have extra time. Sometimes we're just like, I need it. I need it now. And you just want to get to building. You just want to get the build going and be done with it. What am I missing? I'm missing one. Ah, it's right there. No wonder. No wonder. All right. I'm excited to play around with the 3.0 software with this. We got the new screen. These fans are all going to sync up with it too. We've been doing a lot of stuff going on. The new 3.0 software is now on our website, thermaltakeusa.com. If you guys haven't tried it, give it a good test. The latest version is 3.02, has a lot of improvements. Definitely more stable than, I guess you would say, some of the early beta launches that we did with it. But 3.02 has been doing really good. We got more improvements. They're adding new stuff to it as well. So you know how like when you add stuff, it breaks other things. So we're just kind of test fitting everything at the moment. But yeah, free DLC, guys. Free DLC. Not this other thing about, oh, we got this game that's coming out. And it's the same game you already bought, but we added this little DLC thing, but you can buy it all again. You guys know who I'm talking about? You know who I'm talking about. I wasn't happy either. All right, so we got that, and that's set up. We got our magnet connections going there. Again, we don't got to worry about the EPS and the 24 pin because that's all on the back. Pretty good. Pretty good. Hey, Box, it's your favorite song if you're still here. I know how big of a fan you are of chili dogs. Yeah, and I was talking to Rob about it and everything like that too, because I let Rob know we were talking about the 3.0, like, hey, there's new stuff, but it's getting stuff set up. But he was like, oh yeah, I'm having this and that. 302. I'm glad it's working out for you. Definitely seeing some nice improvements here myself as well. A lot of updates for the screens. And a lot of that was in part with the 6-inch screen that was the new accessory for the View. So got to start somewhere. Got to start somewhere. All right. Outside of Tasty Freeze. So we could mount the riser cable next. We got the fans on the bottom. Throw the AIO on top, and then we'll put the back fan in last. Maybe we'll put the back fan in first. Yeah, let's do that. Let's see, what do I got left? What do I got left here? So I got the reverse fan, so that's going to be down here on the bottom. And the rest of these are reverses. We need to swap those out. Oh my God, where'd I put the blades for those? Because I got those. Wait. Yeah, because I just need one more. I need one more for intake. This is what I'll do. I'll just pop the blade out. So I don't have to pop it out later. I'm being lazy. I'm being lazy, guys. It's Wednesday. We're just going to mount. This is our new bladeless fan. But the connector is what's important, right? How the connector is going to go. We partnered with Dyson. I have those off there. All right. I got the blade over there somewhere. I don't want to get up. I'm being lazy right now, Chad. I'm sorry. Wait, is this different? Oh, no. I'm just tripped. Wow. I'm like, those are different screws? Okay, and I want my connector. Yep, I want my connector right there like that. Can't do this with everybody's fan. But when laziness calls, Thermaltake answers. You got to say that's a pretty good thing. We're not trying to be negative here. That's what air pressure's for. Oh no, I got some slidable options here. I don't know how much I'm gonna slip and slide it, but we'll get it mocked up. I almost feel like I shouldn't put it in just to have everybody trip out on it and go like, what's wrong with that back fan? And be like, oh, it broke. It broke. You have no idea. Dude, we need to put those cables in. They're driving me nuts. Scooch it a little closer. All right, now let's see. Is it these ones for the riser? Let's see. Right, meow. Hashtag OnlyFans. Yeah, you can take a look at Thermaltake on OnlyFans. OnlyFans.com/Thermaltake. It is still there. I have checked. It still exists. It used to go directly to our fans page, but somebody now has it saying Thermaltake. It's not me. It is not me. I do not own any of the rights or any of that. But I also don't care. So if you do you, have fun with your OnlyFans. Just don't try to use my videos, okay? Not that kind of thermal. Jesse is a good friend. Get this in here. Gosh, I love that I don't have to mess with any cables in the front. Holy crap. Can I find a waffle like that? A little flex. Get a little flex on. Get your flex on. And yeah, let's do a little reverse tuck. We'll do a little reverse tuck on our wires. I love how flexible these guys are. They are really nice. And you have this nice little gap You have this nice little gap right here. It's kind of hard to see, but you can tuck the cable. I don't know if you guys just saw me do that. We kind of tuck the cable and it really slimlines it down. I don't know if you guys can really tell, but look at that. Look at that. Look at how it just dumps right back in here and it's literally flush against the motherboard. I mean, you don't necessarily need any room behind that because it's, you know, the card is designed where this piece, it's right on the back wall, right? So it's really stuff going this way is not really much of a concern. It's all the stuff coming this way. You know what I mean? The thickness. You have to watch the thickness. Where can I find a waffle like that? It won't let me upload anything. That's what is there without verifying that I am Thermaltake, which I can't do. Oh, tell me more, Teffin. Tell me more. It was always a landing page. Oh, I didn't know. I thought at one point when I went there, it just redirected to the fan page on our website. I thought that's what I thought it was before, but maybe, you know. Get down with the thickness. You know, and like, dude, I could make an AI song about that. It's just, you know, typing it in, like, you know, get that little part, down with the thickness. Pick the right genre and just go. You've inspired me. You've inspired me. I think I'm going to try that. I think I'm going to try a down with the thickness. I need to write this down. I need to write down with the thickness. Hold on. I love these ideas. Down with the thickness. Wait. I know it's Motorhead. I know. No. We'll listen to this. I love me some Motorhead, dude. I think we're gonna have to down with the thickness, and that's gonna be that next week. Let me see what I can come up with. If I get a good one, I'll throw it in Discord, okay? If I get a solid one, I'll throw that one in Discord. That one should be legit. All right, I'm feeling weird because I haven't plugged anything into the motherboard, and we're really far along in the build, so let's plug some things in, or I'm just gonna get all weird. The ace of spades. Okay. Actually, I can take this one out. Gotta love fully modular. Use only what you need. Only what you need. There's our 24 pin. Here is our Gen 5. Here's our two EPRSs. Ooze. I want to live forever. Wait. Oh, no, I want to put this one in this one. Cable management ideas. Cable management. Get that nice click in there. We can tuck these bad boys in her and get them out of my way. Nice little ties for it too and everything like that. All right, and then we got our Gen 5. And we got our Gen 5 can just barf out the front of the case here. Ugh. There's our Gen 5. We take our cable dreadlocks and pull them back. Oh, this is so easy. It's so easy, chat. Which one's this one? Oh, it's the front panel. No more hot dog mustard. No hot dog mustard. Oh my God, everything's like backwards. I'm like, wait. I don't want to plug the front panel into the HD audio. Thank God it has a different pinout. Oh yeah, that's right. It has a different pinout. Oh, I forgot. Oh, this one actually says HD audio on it. Whoa. It's like it knows I need it. Who uses HD audio? Who uses, if you use HD audio for the, you know, the 3.5 mic and headset, how many of you guys are using HD audio? Do you guys use it for a headset maybe? Other things? I'm curious if you guys are using it, if there's a, like, oh man, it saves me because of this. Or, oh, it's so cool that it's there. It's so convenient because of that. Ooh, first try. That Type-C can be a little nasty sometimes. Oh, and I have options too. I can either put the 3.0 up here or down here at the bottom. What do I want to do? Oh, I gotta, this 24 pins gotta, we gotta sneak this over this way. Yeah. I don't want to get that mixed in there. There we go. We got these dudes like this, like a this, like a this. All right. I like this too because, like, you have the ability, you kind of like, you know, like I'm hand on the front of the motherboard as I'm pushing in. So I'm not putting a lot of pressure on the standoff spot, right? I'm just bracing my hand, get a nice, good thunk, good solid connection. Good solid connection. Everybody wants a thrill. Oh man, that's gonna be me in Vegas, baby, for CES. Okay. We got our two reverses there. We got our fake fan in the back. And then we're gonna mock up our one fan here on the bottom. Hey, give me this back. Only where I had my other chrome my chrome screws. I'll see you there too, my friend. I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So, you know, another thing too, when you have fans that have magnets, they have connections on them. Some people like to see the cables. Some people don't like to see the cables. But, you know, one thing to kind of consider is that if you're going to be mounting a fan on the bottom, and this goes for a lot of cases, if it's the View series, look at Tower as far as the front little fan in the middle. You have that little magnet metal looking connector that can kind of just, you see it. You see it even from here. It's right there on the cable on the fan. And, you know, this does give you the benefit, you know, where your cable connection's then going to be on the back and you won't see that. But another thing that you can do is instead of doing it like that, rotate it one more time, get the nice clean side on the fan. And instead of having that connection then towards the back, it's going to be towards the side. And you'll have a nice little clean front to it as well. So then if I go and I put the fan here on the side like that, drastic difference already, right? You just have to line it up. There we go. Get a little wiggle. Now, you do have some other scenarios. You'll see it there on that side, right? So it's kind of like pick your poison, but you do have an option. And that's what I want to show you. Somebody actually brought up that we should have like little covers or like, you know, something like kind of cover it when you're not using it, like in a single fan scenario. And I was like, oh, that's a really interesting idea. I mean, yeah, I could get a little piece of like white electrical tape. You'll never know, right? That's the DIY spirit right there. You know what I mean? But it still does give me some like, oh, that's kind of interesting. I mean, even if it was almost like a little magnetic little cover thing that would just kind of slot on there, not something that would tape or glue, right? I hate all that stuff, but like just like a little simple like wafer, you know, little just make it out of metal and just it goes clunk, and it just kind of it would cover it up. You know what I mean? Because it's a little bit of an eyesore. I can get that. I can understand a little. You know, just in case I decide to have a concert and need a stage monitor speaker or something. My only impression audio now is on my, oh, okay. Yeah, no, I can understand that. I don't really use it all that much either myself, you know, especially since I play zero instruments. I mean, I play instruments, but I don't play instruments with power, if that makes sense. So I'd never experienced that directly. Okay. Yeah, there's your give and your take with that, right? Is it going to be kind of silly that there's only one fan there? Not necessarily. Wait until we get this giant brick of a graphics card in there, and you'll see that it really isn't that big of a deal. But at this time, it's a good opportunity to kind of mock up your card and see where it's going to fit so you know what slots you got to take out. So let's do that. It's going to come in like this. Right there. Watch the gold fingers, chat. Watch those gold fingers. Now, here was another scenario that I ran into that I wanted to show you, and kind of one of the reasons why I put the fan in with just no blade on the back. Now, if you're going to go vertical with this and mounting your PCIe bracket here where the screws are here on the top, well, look what's in the way now, right? Now, let's see if I can fandangle this and get a screwdriver in here. Anyways, let's see. Well, no, that's too long. Some of us have this problem. Let's see if I can unscrew it. Now, it's kind of possible. I'm almost at a 45 with this, so you know how that goes. You know what I mean? Tightening it back down might be a little bit of a concern, but your best bet is going to, and take advantage of the fans because of the magnetic connection. But as you take out, and you can see, I got it out pretty easily. So I still was able to remove it with the fan mounted in here, but securing it back down could be a little difficult, especially with the card being in place, you know. All right, I'll demonstrate. This will also give me a good little test fit too. Oh, dude, so big. Oh, a little riser. Oh. Now here's another thing, and I did this on purpose so that I can show you to help you with your build. Now, if you have a chonky card like this one, I don't want to sit here too long because the gold fingers are kind of resting on the inside, but I don't know if you noticed
60% of the time, it works every time.
Exactly. So that top fan can still hit your card, and this is more present with Asus cards over other cards. Easy way to look at it is when you look at your card, look how much higher it is from where the bracket is. So that extended PCB, which I see Asus do a lot, can also conflict with the back fan. Now, it just kind of more or less makes it simple to think, well, hey, why don't you just put the back fan in last? Well, hey, that's what I'm trying to show you. And I'm trying to show you why, so that way you don't do it yourself, you know? So keep it in mind in regards to the fan that's going to go on the back when in vertical options, right? If it's anything, a lot of little things can happen. Stuff like the thickness or the height of the PCB of the graphics card. Bro, you're not gonna, that's something you're not gonna think about until you go to like literally put it and go, oh, that's an issue. That's in the way. So consider that when building in mid-tower cases, right? It's smaller for a reason, but then at the same time, certain fitments and everything like that, not necessarily become tighter. I mean, it's just order of operation, you know? But a lot of us, I think, would put this fan in fairly early on our build going, it's no big deal, you know, whatever. And again, like, dude, you got the magnet connections on it. Like, bro, it's not even a big problem, you know? So now let's go in and do it for real. That way I don't got nothing hitting. And we can go in here and, oh. Holy jizz, this is big. Oh, remove the little plastic tab things that are stuck in here. Yeah, these little guys, because they can get in the way. They're nice to have. I'll put them back in, but during the install, like this one was the one that kind of caught on the thing. So like pop those guys out too. Building PCs are fun. Especially when you have a graphics card that is literally a gigantic brick. There we go. Oh my God. This thing is so chunky. Oh. The standoff right next to it is actually hitting the bracket, not allowing it to go all the way in and get in place there. So yeah, there we go. Shift that over just a little bit because we don't want that GPU sagness. Let's get like one in. Let's get one. Let's not drop it. Let's get one in. Miles an hour so everybody sees you. There we go. Easy. And like I said, we're just mocking it up. We're just test fitting. So in that way we can kind of get an idea where the card's at. Do we have like GPU sag? I mean, we'll run the riser, we'll run this on the back side and it'll just kind of pop up, plug in right there. But we're looking at, look at your clearance with your fan, plenty of room. Nice little fan option too, to have this blowing directly into the card, especially on the backside where all that heat sink is at. And then as you can see now too, with the way the layout is for these fans, that you might want to consider, instead of having both of these as intake, to do the bottom one as an exhaust fan. This guy right here, to do this as an exhaust fan. Why? Because of the design of the card. Because this right here has that pass through there with this one fan in the back, and you're gonna give it a turbo by putting an exhaust there and then do intake here on the top. So you have air coming in and air going out through the back. We're gonna set it up this way and see how the fog rolls out once we get the build all done, to try to see if we can get some nice exhaust coming through here, coming out the back with, let me see, with this fan, and getting exhaust out the back here, and then being able to see if we can get some intake coming in, blowing over the top of the card, and then that's bringing over and then going up and out. You know what I mean? So some fun stuff. We're playing around with some airflow, you know, it's fun. And yeah, normally I'm just mocking the card up. I haven't even mounted the AIO, but I'm doing this for a reason so I can just kind of see what my clearance is, see where my space is at with some stuff. It's not, it takes a little bit, take the card in and out. It's not a big deal. We're also mocking it up for fitment and stuff, right? So like we were talking about early on, we have our AIO. That's going to go up in here. And now we can really kind of see what our space looks like. We're like, oh, all right. So, I mean, if you want to put like a couple of screws in for the rad on top, actually, let's do that. Let's do that. Let me see if I can find some. Oh, yeah, here's some. Here we go. I'll put like 2 or 3 in. Kind of showing you what I like to do. Like when I'm building in it for the first time, I don't know how everything's all gonna fit. And I don't want to like go like to the extreme. Like there's a lot of screws that can mount the radiator in, right? I only got 2 in there holding it in, but that's because I'm just trying to like get a feel for it. You know what I mean? I can't preach it enough, guys. It can save you. It can save you a lot of build time. So then now that we have it mocked up this way, let's see what we can do with our AIO. Now, I mean, cables aside, dealing with all the cables and stuff, if we came in here like this, and it's going to be maybe kind of hard for me to show. Let me see if I can do it with my other hand. So you see what I'm saying? Like when you look at it like this, you might not want these tubes touching your graphics card, right? You definitely don't want them laying on the graphics card in an orientation like this. So you're like, well, how do I fix that? Well, I mean, you have some options as far as what you'd want to do. I mean, yeah, you can kind of twist it more, but that doesn't look good. You have some other things where like maybe you could take it like this and use the rotary feature on it. But again, it's almost like this is going to be, let me see, how do I do this? But you see what I'm saying? It's kind of tight in a fitment like that. So those kind of things, like looking at the way you would do your build, how you would set something up like that, it's going to start making you think, and I feel you guys would probably think the same way. The tubes would probably be better towards the front. And a lot of times you don't really know. You don't really understand where, oh, yeah, I don't know. And I take a lot of this with a grain of salt. Like when I think about bending tubing and how I'm going to do my lines and what space I have to do whatever I want to do with it, right? So sometimes it's fun to do like a little bit of a mock-up, kind of see how everything fits in there, and then you can kind of go forward from there, right? So for me personally, I would flip it around. Let's take a look. I think I lost my screws. Okay. A lot of problem is bent tubes are forever. Just buy another pack. You can always rebend it later. Mike, have you ever dropped a GPU? Oh my gosh, it's happened. The funny part is with a lot of graphic cards today versus years ago, they have these huge shrouds on them nowadays, and they literally can take a pretty good beating. Granted, they're a lot heavier than they used to be. Am I right? But it does happen. My main concern, of course, is usually the gold fingers on it. But I do try to take, I would say, a lot more care, especially recently when I look at one, the size and weight, but the price. I mean, these things are not cheap, right? So yeah, it can be a little nervous. I can see people being a little nervous about it. I kind of get the same way a little bit too. Not as much, because I'm like, it's not mine. If I break it, I'm like, oops, I broke it, guys. Send me another one. But you know, it's not something I can just, you know what I mean? I have to explain it, right? I'd have to have a little explanation on why. But here's what I'm trying to talk about. This is the whole point when doing a build. You know, it's your build your way. But think about how you can help yourself. You know, a little mock-up doesn't hurt. What do you think a lot of how do you think people build houses? Do you think they just set the wood up, nail it in, and go, all right, the next piece is just going to fit? You know, like people mock things up. People measure things. I mean, luckily we don't have to measure stuff, or God, I think we would all have a lot more problems. Am I right? But now let's take a look at what we're doing here with this. Now, if I have, well, let me do this again. I got to left-hand it. I got to left-handed it. So bring it back over here so I can actually talk. But if I had it mocked up, like this on the case, those tubes are still going to lay, you know what I mean? Like those tubes are still going to lay right there. So think about how you're going to do your orientation, play around with it. Like I said, I took the screen off so I don't have to worry about this or that. You know what I mean? I can focus on how I want to do my set. So let's see. If I rotate it sideways, we kind of put our tubes more to the top here. We got a lot of fun things that we can do with this. I bring this over this way, but then let me get the rotation here a little bit better. The freaking wires are in my way. And see, I could mock up something like this, where now I'm dealing with a better scenario. I'm sorry, guys. I wish I could show you a little bit more without scratching everything. But if I go and I put something like this, my bigger problem here is the tubes are now in the way of my screen. I'm like, oh my God, not another problem. So mocking up is important. You know, you have a variety of options as far as what you're going to do. You know, most AIOs out there are going to allow you some swivel, allow you some sway. Intel will definitely give you the most fitment options, because you have 4 different ways you can mount it onto their CPUs. And you know, it makes me think on how Thermaltake can make a bracket that would allow AMD to mount in 4 different locations. You know what I mean? Like, what kind of bracket do you actually need in order to have 4 different mounts instead of 2 for AMD to make it like Intel, without changing the board, changing the holes, changing anything with that, just changing the cooler's bracket? So those kind of things we think about. We think about you, and we think about that when we're doing our builds, because these kind of things matter to us, because we know it matters to you. So we're going to go ahead, probably we're going to pause here, I think, for the stream. We've been going pretty good for a little bit, but just want to kind of educate, show you guys a little bit. Every case is going to be different. A bigger case is going to give you more room. If something like, you know, the constraints of a mid-tower or even a small form factor case, it'd be something that seems a little cumbersome for everybody. Get a bigger case to have a lot of extra wiggle room. Make that decision first. You know, your case is your foundation. Power supply is your bass player in the band. So think about those kind of things and how you're going to lay it out. I mean, you probably have a good idea what graphics card you want to go with. Make sure that graphics card's going to fit in whatever case you want to go with. Or you're going to have to make the change of like, oh, I'm just upgrading the card, Mike. I don't want to put it in a whole new case just because I upgraded the card. I get you. But consider that for the next upgrade as far as how you're going to go. Look at the options that you would have in regards to this. And I'm not just talking about the fact that the cables connect to the back. I'm talking about everything as far as how it all mocks up. So I think this is a good place to take a break on this. I think we'll pick back up next week on our View 290 build, get everything all set up, get all this going. We'll get the OS installed, and then we can play around with some 3.0 software and mess around with some of our airflow testing for this, for our cool little View 290. But hey, hope you guys appreciate it. A little bit of use cases here, a couple of different things. But again, the case offers a lot of different features. You just got to look at it the right way sometimes so you don't get frustrated. And that's the whole point on why I am here. That's the whole point on why I'm here. So much love to you guys. Appreciate you guys so much on that. We'll get back to our View 290 next week here with Thermaltake Live, you guys. We'll be back. We don't want to be under pressure here, you know? But I think a lot of that stuff's important to kind of talk about, you know, give you guys some different ideas. It's not always going to relate to just the View 290. It's going to relate to a lot of different cases based on what features the case offers, right? So keep that in mind. Heed my words. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And you know, I love summer waffling, but let's go. Oh, you know, this is still one of my favorite songs right here. It's still one of my favorites. I don't know. It's kind of hard to pick. We have over 30 plus Waffle songs nowadays, but some of these songs just hit so good. God, I love this AI stuff, man. It is the best. You guys have a fantastic week. Happy hump day. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Waffle on, everybody. We'll see you guys next week for more View 290, more fun, and of course, more waffles. Stay tuned, everybody. Bye.
Waffles in hand, dripping with syrup glow. Tapping on the beach as the warm winds blow. RGB waves crash like a digital tide. Mike's camel smile with intel pride. Beat the heat with tech so cool. Thermaltake power, it's the golden rule. Intel inside for the ultimate game. Mike's beach PCs are winning the fame. Sunglasses on, he's the desert's king. PC fans hum as the seagulls sing. RGB lighting up the boardwalk scene. Mike's building dreams like an 80s machine.